Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Yost Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Tonight, it is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Michigan Wolverines here at Yost. You are listening to 88.3 WCBN FN Ann Arbor. I am Alex Shee. I will be starting tonight's play-by-play commentary. I'm joined by Ian Lemersall. How are you doing, Ian?
Hey, pretty good. I'm doing pretty good right now. This game, it has me nervous, I must say. Probably the biggest game of the year so far for Michigan. It's going to be interesting to see their best opponent of the season so far, and Michigan without a few of their key players tonight. We'll see how they fare without some of those players as they honor Red Berenson at the center of the ice right now. We'll see how Michigan fares without some of their top guys tonight. Will Lockwood, obviously, we're going to have Hughes out tonight as well, and I believe Josh Norris as well.
Yeah, they are playing right now, actually, as we speak, in the World Junior Hockey Championships for Team USA. A nice honor for those young players for the Wolverines. But right now, a great honor for legendary Michigan hockey coach Red Berenson, a man who led the Wolverines to the pinnacle of the college hockey world, last in 1998. And a nice job of dropping the puck there by Red.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Tony Calderon and Jake Evans at the middle there, representing both Notre Dame and Michigan. The crowd looking really nice right now. Obviously, still a little bit of room to fill out, and as you can see in the concourses, it will. And, great crowd. Student section, the usual. They were all full 2 hours before the puck even dropped, and as we have 34 seconds until the puck drops.
And we are just a little bit away from puck drop here at Yost Arena, and it doesn't get much better than this. The maize and blue Michigan wearing their maize alternate uniforms versus the golden domed helmets of Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. It's all here on WCBN 88.3 FM Ann Arbor.
And as you said earlier, Alex, possibly the two best uniforms in all of college hockey right here. The gold dome helmets for Notre Dame, obviously that gold and blue, and then for us, the maize and blue with the classic Michigan football style helmets, obviously the maize lines across. That looks very nice as well.
And
interesting clash here.
The teams are going to the bench right now, which gives us a chance to talk about Mel Pearson, the successor to Red Berenson here at Michigan. How do you think he's doing so far, Ian?
To be honest, Alex, it's really hard to say thus far. I think he's done a pretty good job, but there were definitely some questionable losses so far this season. Great opportunity tonight to make up for some of that, but I thought that Bowling Green loss particularly, and those two losses to Ohio State in a row could have been avoided. It's been an okay season so far, maybe a little bit disappointing given some of the talent on this roster, but, there's always going to be losses that could have been avoided. There's been big wins as well. Obviously, it hasn't all been good, it hasn't all been bad, but tonight's a great opportunity.
And the puck has dropped, and Michigan wins. It's the Run DMC line. Danks, Marodi, and Calderon out for the Wolverines. And on defense, it is Luce and Ciccone. Notre Dame has it, and they send it into the Michigan zone. It's Evans of Notre Dame, steals the puck away from Ciccone, trying to cycle it around, but he can't. However, it's won back by Burke. Centers in the middle, intercepted by Calderon, and now the Wolverines are off to the races.
3-on-2.
Danks. The Wolverines taking it into the zone. A shot wide by Calderon, and it's Notre Dame who takes it out. It's Cal Burke for the Fighting Irish. Passes it back to Evans. A save. Good save by Hayden Levine.
Just off there.
And Michigan looks to get it out of the zone. Calderon has it. He takes it to the offensive zone. A shot. A save made by Morris, and a whistle, first of the game.
Interesting start to this one. You saw Jake Evans, the captain for this Notre Dame team, with their leader in points this season so far. Basically the Cooper Marodi of this team. Sloppy pass there, gave it back to Michigan. One shot per team so far. Really kind of a 50-50 start here.
And it's going to be Ogilvie for the face-off for Notre Dame. Michigan wins it. It's Cutler Martin. Plays it wide in the corner, and Notre Dame comes out with it. It's Gross skating around with the puck. He looks up for Ogilvie, finds him, and they send it into the zone. Boca retrieves it from Michigan, skates behind the net, passes it off the boards and out. Too much for Ravy, who's going to go for an icing against Michigan Face-off will be in their own zone. And it is 2 minutes gone by, nearly 2 minutes gone by in this hockey game. 0-0, no score yet. Michigan has one shot on net to Notre Dame's 0. Face-off in the Michigan zone. It'll be O'Leary for Notre Dame against Slaker for Michigan. And it's won back by the Wolverines. And Cutler Martin has it for Michigan. Passes it up to Warren, and Wolverines get it out. Cook battling with it along with Warren. And Michigan gets it to go all the way down into the Notre Dame zone. It's Hellickson for Notre Dame, looking for an open man. Gets it to Gross, and Wolverines get the puck. It's Porcos, sends it back, but he could not find his man. Notre Dame on the run. Cook passes up to O'Leary, couldn't handle it. Cook tries to get it by Jack Becker, the freshman from Michigan, who loses his stick.
His stick is broken, wow.
And now Notre Dame regains possession, but they pass it out and look for a change.
Nick Pastujov on the change.
It's Brower for Notre Dame. Passes it back to Nardella. Stolen by Michigan and sent in by number 21, Michael Pastujov. One of the two Pastujov brothers on this team. And it's an icing against Notre Dame.
Interesting for Michigan to go to Dakota Raby so far. So early in this game, only 11 career games played for him, but he's seeing some time early on. It's just the effects of having Lockwood Norris and some of those Wolverines out playing in that game right now, which they are winning, by the way, the USA team.
And it's Boka for Michigan after a face-off win. Sends it to the net. Looks for Sanchez. He could not convert in front of the net there. And it'll be a change as the puck is dumped right back into the Notre Dame zone. There is 7:22 to play in this first period. 0-0 Michigan against Notre Dame.
Oh,
and a big hit by Sanchez on Nardella, and it's going to be a penalty against the Wolverines.
Wow.
And the two are drawing back and forth. It's getting a little bit chippy now, as there was some shoving after the whistle as well. Nardella's helmet, he took it off, but wow, did he get rocked on that play by Sanchez.
Number 4, Dennis Gilbert for Notre Dame, the defenseman coming out to defend his teammate and almost getting himself a penalty as well. Very interesting. Oh, it looks like maybe there will be a penalty for Notre Dame.
Doesn't seem like
maybe
it
not,
now,
maybe not,
but the two captains, or Calderon and the assistant captain, Gross of Notre Dame, going over the refs to discuss things. But it seems like it could be a chippy game here early on at Yost Arena.
Yeah, already.
Tensions starting to flare up a little bit too. Historic rivals as they battle out here on the ice. Face off, it's Winborg against Ogilvie for Notre Dame. Pushed forward by Ogilvie, but Michigan comes up with it. Slaker in the corner, dumps it out of the zone, and Notre Dame repossesses. It's Malmquist for Notre Dame. Sends it into the zone, finds Tyson. Malmquist looks wide, can't find anyone. Slaker tries to break it out. He finds Warren in the middle. Warren takes up the right side of the ice, and it's a blocked shot by Gross, and Notre Dame gets it. It's Ogilvie for the Irish. Ogilvie skates around, almost intercepted by Warren. He couldn't get there, and now it's Tyson skating down the left side of the ice into the Michigan zone. Tyson can't find anyone, and it's hit away by Ciccone. No icing as Morris, the Notre Dame goaltender, goes out to get the puck. Sends it behind the net and finds a man. Notre Dame breaking out. Here it is. It's Burke for Notre Dame. Finds Nardella. And it's Hellickson. Finds Evans in the middle. Evans looks back for Nardella. Nardella fakes a shot. Moves left. Finds Hellickson. Evans in the middle. A shot! A save! There's traffic in front of the net. But Levine holds on to the puck.
Very nice. Very nice stop right there for the Michigan Wolverines. And it's funny you mentioned this game getting chippy. It's so true. People do not exaggerate when they say that the rivalry games are always the ones that get the chippiest. We saw that in that Michigan State series. We saw that a little bit with Ohio State. And now with Notre Dame so far in this game.
And it's 15 2:56 to go here in the first period at Yost Arena. There is no score in this game. However, Michigan has outshot Notre Dame 3-1. We just saw the first Notre Dame shot of the game. A face-off win by Notre Dame, and it's Hellickson skating across the ice. Finds Nardella. Hellickson gets it. Finds Nardella, but it was a little bit out of the breadbasket there. It's Hellickson looking for Evans. Gives it back to Nardella. Burke back to Nardella. Nardella sees Hellickson going down low. He circles to the top of the dots, to the circles, and it is Nardella who still has the puck for Notre Dame. Hellickson to the middle of the Evans. A shot, turns around, saved by Levine. A rebound, and it goes in!
Oh, wow.
It's Notre Dame. That is a Irish goal, 1-0 Notre Dame with 15:16 to play left in the period.
Absolutely amazing offense from Notre Dame there. We saw a perfect shot on goal get blocked. Notre Dame, 3 guys following that one up, and they were able to get that one in with ease. There was only 1 second left in power play as well.
And it was Matt Hellickson, the defenseman for Notre Dame, getting that goal. His players very excited. His first goal, Morris got up to the net after the goal to get the puck to retrieve it, and that's a souvenir he'll never forget. Meanwhile, play has resumed. Notre Dame has won the face-off, and it is Gilbert that skates around with it.
Gotta regret that letting that power play happen if you're Michigan and if you're Sanchez in particular right now.
And Wolverines trying to get it out of their own zone, and it's a scrum for the puck in the corner. Porcos gets hit hard by Wade of Notre Dame. He goes down. Notre Dame maintains possession, but they're back in the neutral zone. They send it in straight to Levine. Maybe they're trying to test him early, but he holds on to it. Easy for him, and play is stopped.
The ref's breaking up something there. Number 20, that's going to be Wade for the Irish, Justin Wade. Ref's having to stop him from getting into somewhat of an altercation. He hit Nick Pasilov pretty hard. Not as hard as that hit from James Sanchez earlier, but very hard. Notre Dame now leads in shots 5-3, as well as in score 1-0. 14:44 remaining. And just a reminder, this is WCBN FM 88.3 Ann Arbor. We are live, Ian Lemersall, and then play-by-play, Alex Shee. Pleasure to be here on a Friday night for such a big game. The crowd really filled out nicely. The energy's good, but kind of a slow start for the Wolverines so far offensively.
And it is 1-0 in favor of the Irish. It was a power play goal.
It was
by Matt Hellickson,
barely
a defenseman. And if you're just joining us, it's been a little bit chippy so far to start this game. Just over 5 minutes have gone by, but a costly penalty by James Sanchez of Michigan, hitting Gilbert of Notre Dame a little bit early and a little bit too rough, leading to the Notre Dame power play, which resulted in a goal.
Absolutely, 2 big hits, 1 for each team. Michigan, the only team penalized so far on one of those hits. Obviously, theirs was far bigger. Sent the helmet flying of the Notre Dame defender. I believe that was Jack Jenkins. And you got to regret that one. With 1 second left in power play, Notre Dame was able to capitalize there. You got to regret if you're James Sanchez putting on that huge hit. It's always a great way to fire the crowd up, but that one really backfired.
And it's Ogilvie of Notre Dame against Jake Slaker of the Wolverines for the face-off in the Michigan zone. Slaker wins it back. Warren, he lost it for the net.
Wow.
A shot by Malmquist did not get through, and Michigan clears it out of the zone. I think
that hit the Jumbotron.
Hit the scoreboard, the bottom of the scoreboard.
Wow.
The puck will stay in the Michigan zone. I believe it was Boca who shot that.
And Warren unable to control the puck there, almost led to another goal. This time, right in front of the Michigan goal.
And defensive zone play and limiting turnovers certainly a key for success.
Absolutely.
For the Wolverines. Raby is chased out of the center, and it's Warren who loses the faceoff to Ogilvie. A shot by Notre Dame wide of the net, and Boca looks to break it out for the Wolverine. His pass barely got through. They're met at center ice, and it's Raby who tries to come up with it, gets it back to Boca, who sends it to Martin in the zone. A shot at net, saved by Morris. Another shot by Slaker did not get through. And now it's Boca who sends it deep. Behind the net, it's Raby. Gets it back to Boca. Boca to Martin, across a shot, wide of the net again. And Ogilvie gets it for Notre Dame, can't get it out. A shot by Boca, too high, and it was caught by Morris right in the glove. And it'll be a face-off in the Notre Dame zone.
The difference between Notre Dame and Michigan so far in this hockey game is, I think, simple. It's Notre Dame is taking their time, being patient, and establishing good offensive possessions. Michigan with a lot of wild shots so far.
And the face-off won by the Irish. It's Burke skating it through his own zone, weaving around a Michigan player, and dumps it off to Gilbert. Looks across the ice for Burke again, who came all the way up, but he is met by Sam Piazza, who tries to get it out of the zone, but cannot. Burke once again on the puck. Morrison now with it for Notre Dame. Tries to cycle around, can't find anyone, but he does find Wade now. Wade tries to center it for Evans, who takes it behind the net. And it's Morrison back to Wade. A shot, and it was tipped by a Wolverine, but it went wide of the net.
Luke Martin almost tipped that one right into the goal, gave that one to Notre Dame almost.
And now Michigan has it in the Notre Dame zone. They will look for a change, and they get one. Possessing it now is Gilbert of the Irish. Sends it into the Michigan zone, looking for Cook. Can't quite find him, a little bit too far. Griffin Luce battling it for Michigan. He gets it out to Jack Becker. Becker looking for Pasyov. And it goes to Porikos, who sends it into the zone. The Michigans will look to forecheck here. Becker, he stole it from the goalie. Looks in front of the net for Porikos. Can't handle it. Tries to center it back, but went right past Griffin Luce. And now he's in a foot race with Brower of Notre Dame. Luce gets there first. Looks to break it out. Porikos successfully gets it to Pasyov, Nick Pasyov, and now the Wolverines are on the run. Pasyov, a shot off the left pad of Morris. A big rebound goes straight into the corner. Notre Dame comes up with it. They have the puck. A cross-ice pass to Cook, who sends it in. Irish get a full change. It's Cutler Martin, the senior defenseman for the Wolverines. Passes it to his partner Boca, who sends it down, and it's going to be an icing against the Wolverines. It's 11:51 to go here at Yost Arena. The score is 1-0 Notre Dame.
And with another chance to mount some offense there for the Wolverines, you saw Griffin Luce with a bad mishandling there, getting himself into a big foot race. And Notre Dame still controlling this game.
It's going to be Jenkins versus Adam Winborg for the faceoff. Winborg, a sophomore from Stockholm, Sweden, playing for the Wolverines. And a whistle right there. Some pushing and shoving between Wegworth of Notre Dame and Cutler Martin of Michigan. Face off, and Michigan wins it back. Cutler Martin sends it around looking for Sanchez, who handles the puck. Can't quite find Winborg in the middle, and they give it right back to Notre Dame. Notre Dame now passing it behind their net. It's Gross, the assistant captain, who chips off the board of Crawford. Crawford met by Martin, but Jenkins was there to take the puck for Notre Dame. It's now Crawford behind the net. Can't find anyone, and Warren comes down to get the puck for Michigan. A little move around Wegworth, and he gets it out. However, it's stolen by Notre Dame. It's Wegworth who now has it in the Michigan zone, and it is yet another penalty on the Wolverines. Adam Winborg, the guilty player, as he will go to the box for the second Wolverine penalty of the night.
You just can't afford to be doing this early in the game. That was a big hit, but not a necessary one. That's Adam Winborg right there. Can't afford to be doing that. More power play for Notre Dame. 11 minutes remain in this first period. Notre Dame leads 1-0. They lead in shots 7-5 and have really controlled this game. I mean, you know, we don't see the time of possession. Obviously, I cannot give you an exact number, but it has to be like 75% to 25% in favor of Notre Dame, you know, controlling possession here and controlling these offensive attacks.
Yes, ever since that first power play for the Irish, they've really taken control of this game.
Absolutely.
But we'd like to take a second to thank all of our listeners. You are listening to 88.3 WCBN FN Ann Arbor. Check out WCBN Sports on Twitter. And once again, thank you so much for listening to our broadcast of Michigan hockey.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
The faceoff was won by the Wolverines, sent all the way down by Warren for a clear. And they try to kill out this power play. It's Notre Dame. It's Gross skating with speed down the ice, met by 3 Michigan defenders. Slaker, however, can't get it out of the zone, and it's Notre Dame who retains possession. Malmquist sent it all the way to the other side of the Michigan zone, where he finds Wegworth, who gets it back to Jordan Gross. Gross has it. Looks for a shot, can't find one. Passes it to Ogilvy. A shot from the top of the circle, saved by Levine. But there was a rebound, and Notre Dame maintains possession. Ciccone gets the puck, and he clears it out of the zone for the Wolverines, but Notre Dame right back at it. It's Ogilvy, number 15. Ogilvy passes back to Gross. He has a man coming down the right side, but he passes it on the left to Ogilvy. Malmquist skates behind the net. What a pass! A backhand pass by Ogilvy to Gross, who found an open man. Beautiful goal for the Irish, and it is 2-0 Notre Dame.
After watching so many games so far in this season, that might have been the prettiest goal and the prettiest pass, the prettiest setup that I've seen so far this season, in Big Ten hockey. That was absolutely beautiful.
And that was a beautiful goal.
My gosh.
By the Irish. That is pure top-notch skill right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Behind the back pass and a perfect shot, top left corner of the net there. Wow.
And it was a goal by Andrew Ogilvy.
You can really see why this Notre Dame team is ranked, by all measures, number 1 or 2 in the nation. Truly amazing so far play by them.
Michigan trying to grind with the puck right now. It's the DMC line. It's Marody. Tried to find an open Danks, but he could not handle it. And they fight for the puck. It's kept in by Calderon. Calderon coming down left side of the ice. In the middle to Marody, but he could not get it to go. Puck went wide right. Michigan still maintains possession, however. It's Marody. Gets it on back to Martin. A shot by Martin wide of the net. No one there for the rebound. Notre Dame has the puck. Can't get it out of the zone. It's Calderon once more for the Wolverines. And he gets it in the corner to Marody. Marody met by a Notre Dame defender, but he brings it up. And he couldn't get it back to the defenseman. So he went back down to Danks, who takes it in the center.
Marody took a big hit there.
Finds Martin. Shot was blocked. And now it's Wade with it for Notre Dame. He can't get it out. A shot by Martin again. Saved by Morris. A shot in the front for Becker. He couldn't get a shot off. And once again, it's Michigan with the puck. They send it into the zone. Michael Passyov tries to find Porikos. He can't get there. Ciccone keeps it in for the Wolverines, but the shot is blocked by Wade. And now it's Passyov trying to steal the puck from Evans. And Evans sends it all the way down. It'll be an icing against Notre Dame.
On the bright side, for all these Wolverine fans tonight, that was some of the best offense we've seen so far from the Wolverines. But man, this Notre Dame team is as good as any, probably better than any that they've faced so far. Really amazing attack from them so far. Michigan with about 1 minute and 30 seconds worth of good offense as they win that drop there.
And it's Passyov for the Wolverines working behind the net. He tries to find a man in the opposite corner. He does. It's Jack Becker with it. Tries to center it for Passyov, but was not open. Notre Dame tries to get it out, and they do. It's Griffin loose for the Wolverines, gets it to Ciccone. Becker on the right side of the ice. He gains the zone, looking for a man. He's got Porikos. Porikos can't get it in the center, and it's Slaker streaking down the ice to try and steal the puck. Griffin loose has it. A shot. Saved by Morris, pushed along to the right corner. It's Slaker once again. Slaker, puck stolen, and Notre Dame has it. It's O'Leary for Notre Dame, enters the zone. A shot. A Michigan player might have gotten a piece as it went high, and it's Michigan battling for the puck behind its own net. O'Leary comes up with it. However, he is bodied by Ciccone, who gives it right back up to Notre Dame. A shot from the point is blocked by Sanchez, and it's Dello for Notre Dame. Another blocked shot by Sanchez. This is one of Michigan's strengths, as Pasiov has it, and he gets it out of the zone. Michigan will get a change. Sanchez tried to steal it from Morris, the Notre Dame goalie, but was unsuccessful. The Irish have it now. It's Jenkins who gets the puck into the Michigan zone. Jenkins turns around to the middle, tries to find a man, and he gets Hellickson, who shot it right into the breadbasket of Levine. An easy save, and it's a stoppage of play.
Notre Dame's got to like so far the fact that every time they take a shot, they have at least one, most of the times multiple people ready to follow up on the blocks and on the deflections there. And that was how they got that first goal, of course. That second one was just a whole different beast. I mean, that was just incredible talent, incredible passing there. As Mark Crow, honored by the University of Michigan right now for his service for our armed forces. The crowd up on their feet, and a very nice crowd. This one filled out nicely. It took an extra half a period to really get it full. I think a lot of people probably used to that 7:30 start time as opposed to 6:30 tonight. But that's a good crowd so far right now, and potential for an even bigger one. As Notre Dame leads Michigan 2-0, leading 10 shots to 7, and controlling offensive time of possession, you know, by, I mean, if I could estimate, I'd say, you know, a 65 to 35% margin. I mean, they're really controlling the time of possession here, mounting some good attacks. Michigan, we saw at about the halfway point of the period, was able to establish some offense and had some opportunities. Took about 4 shots in that period of time, a couple minutes there. But this has been Notre Dame's game so far.
And once again, it is 2-0 Irish. 6:41 to go in the first period of the game between Notre Dame and Michigan. Face-off won by the Wolverines. They send it down. Dakota Raby trying to get the puck. He cannot get there. The Irish put it right in front of the ice. Piazza shot was saved by Morris. And now there's a battle for the puck behind the net. Michigan gets it. Put it in front of the net. Did Slaker, but no one was there for Michigan. Piazza sends it back in, but Michigan is getting a change from the forward core. Notre Dame's Ogilvie skates it down the ice, finds Malmquist, sends it behind the Michigan net. It's Tyson, finds Ogilvie, who puts it right back up for Gross. Gross, a shot wide of the net. It's Hellickson now. Look for a man in the middle, broken up by Porcos. However, it still gets to Gross. Gross fell down, and a lot of the Notre Dame players getting a change. That'll allow Michigan to catch its breath and cleanly get the puck out of their own zone. It's Luke Martin for the Wolverines, playing without his usual defensive partner, Quinn Hughes, who's playing for Team USA. As the Wolverines send it into the zone, Pasiov chases, and it's the Irish who maintain possession of the puck. Cook has it now into the Michigan zone, finds Gross, who gives it to Brower. Brower, Boca defending him. It's Bo Brower for the Irish, gets it back to O'Leary, passes to the point for Matt Hellickson, who sends it behind the net, looking for a man. It's Becker of Michigan who gets there, but Cook comes up with the puck. Becker trying to get it out. 2 Notre Dame men on him. Brower passes it to Hellickson. Gross for a shot, high and wide. A big rebound, but no Notre Dame player could come up with it. Michigan gets it out of the zone. Nicholas Boca for the Wolverines. Back to Jack Becker. And now it's Dexter Danks, the first line for the Wolverines, back on the ice. Danks chases the puck but cannot get there. However, Boca is there in the nick of time to keep it in the zone for the Wolverines. Calderon behind the net. He's got Marodi. Marodi behind the net to Danks. Stolen by the Irish. Good interception by Burke. And now Notre Dame's going the other way. Morrison tried to center it. Could not find a man. It's Calderon for Michigan. And there's a bit of a scrum for the puck, a little bit of a battle, and Michigan comes out of it. It's Calderon. He's now in the Notre Dame zone. Calderon up the side, falls down. There's a goal! It is a Michigan goal for number 17, Tony Calderon, as the Wolverines come within 1.
Wow, absolutely electrifying. This crowd very excited right now. Tony Calderon, that must be his 13th of the season. My goodness.
And it's the senior captain for Michigan, bringing his team within one of Notre Dame. A great goal, all extra effort. He skated the length of the ice and tried to make a pass right in front of the net, but it went off the back of the Notre Dame goalie, Cale Morris, and it is 2-1 Notre Dame, but Michigan gets their first goal of the night. Once again, number 17, Tony Calderon.
And that's 15 on the season for him. He's by far the leading scorer of this Wolverine team.
And Michigan won the face-off, and it's Griffin Luce who possesses it for the Wolverines. He'll send it on, so Wolverines will chase. Morris behind the net. Bad pass. He gave it up to Winborg. Winborg looks in front of the net to pass the off. However, he was dispossessed by the Irish, and now it's Wegworth who skates it into the Michigan zone. Luce is on him. He gets the puck, but Tyson comes up with it for Notre Dame. He was on Ciccone like a cheap suit. And it's Michigan who got control of the puck again. It was Luce who stole it. Gets it up to Passiov. It's Michael Passiov. Tries to center it, but he cannot find a man. Notre Dame has the puck behind their net. It's Nardella for Notre Dame. Patiently waiting, trying to find a man and get out of the zone. He passes it to Dello. It's Tori Dello for the Irish. Looks up, finds Nardella, who will skate it, passing it to Ogilvie, stolen by the Wolverines. Dakota Raby is rushing up the right side of the ice, looks for a shot. It was blocked by Hellickson. Slaker lost his stick, and there's a call there. It's going to be a penalty against Notre Dame. Michigan will get the power play.
That's exactly what you want to see there. Michigan with 2 penalties so far in this game. This one will go the Notre Dame way. 2 penalties for Michigan, 1 for Notre Dame, and just some great rivalry chippiness right here. What you love to see. 2 teams getting after it, and the crowd really feeling it as well. Score is 2-1. Notre Dame leads this game. 2 minutes, 55 seconds remain. We take a short break here.
The call went against Malmquist of Notre Dame. It'll be the Wolverines' first power play of the evening.
And again, you just love to see this feisty play from both teams. Makes for a really fun game.
And just like that, after a great effort by the captain, Calderon, Michigan has a chance to even things up here on the power play. There's 2:55 to go in this first period at Yost Arena. Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1. Michigan now leads the game in shots 11-10. And so far, they have dominated faceoffs, winning 12 compared to Notre Dame's 4.
Absolutely. Michigan now leads in shots 11-10 as well. I think that's worth noting because for so long Notre Dame was really dominating these possessions. But things look a lot closer so far for Michigan. Notre Dame, of course, still outplaying them and outplayed them for about 15 minutes of this period. And impressive that Michigan's still hanging right now.
It'll be the DMC forwards on for Michigan as they start this power play. For the face-off is Cooper Marodi, the Philadelphia Flyers prospect and current Michigan junior. Will take the face-off for the Wolverines. He'll go up against the captain of Notre Dame, number 18, Jake Evans. Both teams preparing for this vital 2 minutes of action. Notre Dame, a man down. They will have 4 skaters on the ice. It is Gilbert, Evans, Wade, and Ogilvie for the Irish. Up against the DMC line for Michigan, joined by Joe Ciccone and Sam Piazza. A break in the action. I'm not sure what's going on right now. It appears they are adjusting the clock for time.
Yeah, about a minute ago the clock said 0. Obviously that is not correct. Adjusting everything up there.
And now you can kind of feel the tension mounting a little bit in Yost Arena.
Absolutely.
The Michigan's got a goal. They have a chance to tie it here on the power play. The fans are starting to wake up a little bit. It'll be important for the Wolverines to step up and give them something to cheer for. And Michigan gets the puck. They fight for it, and it's Marodi who comes up with it for the Wolverines. Centers it to Calderon. back to Danks, and it's Marodi at the hash mark. Marodi passes it to Piazza, who skates around the blue line, dumps it back to Marodi. Marodi passes across ice to Saccone, back up to Piazza, and back over to Marodi. Marodi at the hash marks finds an open Piazza at the top of the point to Marodi. A shot! Calderon tried to redirect it, but it went clear wide of the net. And Marodi gets the puck back for Michigan. Centers it for Saccone. A shot and a big rebound left by Morris. No one was able to clean up for Michigan. As Marodi finds Danks in front of the net. Can't find Calderon to center. Piazza has it now. Skates around looking for an open man. Once again, it is Cooper Marodi behind the net for Danks. And he skates a bit, passes it all the way up to Piazza. Piazza, Marodi in the center of the ice. A shot! Tried to snipe it past Morris, but went wide of the net. It's Calderon in the middle of the ice. A shot again! Went high and wide, but Michigan retains possession. It's Marodi. Can't find Calderon. He was covered by two Notre Dame defensemen. Marodi. They find Calderon. He gets a shot off. It goes wide. It's Slaker for Michigan looking to center it. It went off a Notre Dame defenseman, and again to Marodi. Marodi across ice to Saccone. Can't handle it. He shovels it off to Piazza. Back to Marodi. A blocked shot by Gilbert of Notre Dame, and they clear it. It was Evans, the captain, who cleared it for the Irish. The power play ends for Michigan in 4 seconds. It is virtually over, and there's full strength on the ice. Michigan will regroup, both teams with a change. It's Boca for Michigan, the defenseman, skating it up. Leaves the puck for himself. He now gets it to Becker, who digs for it in the corner. And Pastujov has it for the Wolverines now. Pastujov looks in front of the net. No one was there. Stolen by Cook of the Irish, who races up the right side of the ice and into the Michigan zone. However, it is stolen by Cutler Martin. Good play there. Looks for Pastujov, can't find him, and it's an icing.
Gotta like this change in pace so far. If you are a Michigan Wolverines fan, they've really shifted the momentum here, dominating the time of possession here, really holding on to the puck, passing it around, getting some really nice possessions here, nice opportunities. Michigan with 14 shots, Notre Dame with 10, but Notre Dame still leads 2-1, proving quality over quantity.
And 25 seconds ago, a faceoff won by Notre Dame. Ogilvie won it. A shot by Malmquist, however, went wide. It's Notre Dame that still has possession. A shot saved by Levine, and Michigan clears it out of the zone just barely. Malmquist has it for Notre Dame. There's 8 seconds left to go. Ogilvie sends it into the Michigan zone, but looks like they're not going to get anything going. A final shot by Nardella did not get off in time. It is 0 seconds, period over. Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1 from Yost Arena. An exciting first period. A little bit of a sloppy beginning to the game to the Notre Dame for the Wolverines, but they get back on track with a goal and only trail by 1.
Yeah, it was nice timing. They have to feel good going into the locker room there, the Wolverines do. It was nice timing for a change of pace, because if that didn't come in those last about 5 or 6 minutes for the Wolverines, that'd be a full period dominated by Notre Dame. But luckily, Michigan able to swing the momentum and prove that they have it in them to stay in this game against the number 2 team in the nation with so many of their top players out, Notre Dame, or for Michigan, sorry.
And it seems like it's the same script for every game for Michigan. Their run DMC line of Danks, Marodi, and Calderon doing all the heavy lifting for the offense. It was Tony Calderon who scored for the Wolverines, and that line got a majority of Michigan's 14 shots. Just by looking at the stats here, you'd think Michigan would be playing better than they are. They have 14 shots compared to 11 for the Irish, and they've dominated faceoffs 13-3. But Notre Dame has made every chance they could get, and they have really taken advantage of all their opportunities, scoring on 2 power plays, and that's the main reason why they're up 2-1 here, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's 2 factors that really have come into play here for why Notre Dame is winning this game. I mean, I think the first thing, obviously, Notre Dame took a lot more time and had a lot more patience with their offensive attacks. They're able to work the puck around a lot more and get off less shots, but in my opinion, far better shots. And I mean, that's why they lead in this game right now 2-1. I think also very important to note here, I don't know if the guys are just rusty tonight for this Michigan team, if this is just a slow start, or if having some of their top players really is a factor. But Michigan is mishandling is mishandling the puck a lot more here than Notre Dame so far. I think that's worth noting.
And it is the end of period 1. We are in the first intermission of the game between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Michigan Wolverines. The score is 2-1. You are listening to Michigan Hockey on 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor. I am Alex Shee. This is Ian Lemersall, and we're going to hand it off to Austin Fowler and Ben Weschler for the intermission report. Here you go, guys.
As you heard there from Alex and Ian, I'm Austin Falco alongside me, Ben Weschler, here for the first intermission. The score, Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1 here at Yost Ice Arena on Red Berenson night. Of course, pregame festivities, Michigan coming out all clad with their Berenson 9 jerseys, just warm-ups, all with the C on the chest. Really a sight to see early on before the game even started here.
Yeah, and it seemed as though once the game started, the excitement really carried over the first couple minutes. Michigan was really dominating the play in the opposing zone. However, unfortunately, there was that unfortunate penalty that was taken, which led to the first Notre Dame goal. It's clear, really, that the takeaways from the first period for Michigan is stay out of the box, and they should be fine moving forward.
Yeah, as you mentioned, both of Notre Dame's goals there in the opening frame coming on the power play. They're 2 for 2, meanwhile Michigan 0 for 1, but some sustained pressure in the offensive zone, something that's been a bit elusive for the Wolverines so far this season. Did you see anything in particular on that power play that you liked that might be able to carry forward if Michigan can get another couple minutes with the man advantage?
Exactly. I think it was really clear for Michigan that one of their offensive tactics in this game was really try to get pucks down low and really get everything towards the net. We know that this Notre Dame goalie is very hot in the past few games, as well as their defense. So I think it's important to get all pucks to the net, and that resulted in the first Michigan goal, just a puck to the net that ended up in the back of the net and brought this back to a one-goal game. I think if Michigan continues to get pucks in deep and throw everything to the net, they should be fine here moving forward.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the netminder for the Fighting Irish, Kalen Morris, the sophomore out of Larkspur, Colorado, only allowing just over 1.5 goals a game on average this season. Save percentage of .954, just a tick above his career average of .953. He's really taken over this season after Notre Dame lost their star senior goalie last year. What do you think Michigan has to do in order to break the seal just a little bit more against them? Obviously, they were able to get the one, that run DMC line of Danks, Marody, and Calderon. It seems like that's really the only place they're getting consistent scoring. Anything stick out to you as opposed to how the Wolverines can maybe jumpstart the rest of the three lines?
It seems to be quite simple for Michigan. I think the formula from the beginning was quite clear to continue to get pucks deep at all times and keep the pressure on Notre Dame in their own zone. We see that Notre Dame is very dangerous in transition. The defensemen are able to make that first pass out of the zone, and that's what seemed to hurt Michigan early in this game. So I think that Michigan needs to continue to control the puck deep, not turn the puck over, and of course stay out of the box.
I'm glad you mentioned transition there. We have not seen Notre Dame get out on the break too often, at least not with too many odd man rushes. There were a couple at the very beginning. But that was a big concern for the Wolverines coming in, was where they're going to be able to stick with the offensive firepower of Notre Dame. In recent years, it's been a sore spot for the Wolverines team, is that defense consistently giving up odd man rushes. And so far in the Mel Pearson era, he's really gone to work on not giving up those odd man rushes, as we talked about, being a little more sound defensively. Maybe not pinching at times when you really shouldn't be pitching as a defenseman. So far here tonight, the strategy seems to be working, but definitely something to keep an eye on, I would think, going forward here in the next 2 periods. Does Notre Dame find some sort of way to maybe get a couple more odd man rushes, draw a couple more penalties as they did earlier, with that probably skill advantage they have over the Wolverines?
Yeah, as we saw, there was just a lot of speed coming from the Notre Dame side. Maybe a little jumpy at first, a little on their heels to start the game, but as the game goes on, it's clear that Notre Dame is going to continue to apply pressure and really try to get this Michigan defense that's lacking maybe the depth of this Notre Dame side, on top of the fact that they're missing one of their true guys, Quinn Hughes, who's been constant all year. So maybe we see Notre Dame try to put more pressure on Michigan with the missing players that they have here tonight.
Yeah, Quinn Hughes, Will Lockwood, and Josh Norris all on the U.S. Juniors team that just concluded their third place game. I didn't catch the final score, but I did see they were winning by a comfortable margin there in the third period. I think it was 8-3 last time I checked on that one. But nonetheless, as you mentioned, Wolverines without their presence tonight, so to an extent, a little bit shocking the Wolverines have been able to hang in there just as well as they did. Notre Dame did not send anybody to the juniors team that just went overseas to play, or rather went up to New York to play. But as you mentioned, Michigan leading in shots here, 14-11. You said getting pucks down low, controlling play in the offensive zone. Something not necessarily expected out of this Wolverines team, but certainly to the light of a packed Yost Ice Arena crowd here at Red Berenson night. Once again, you're listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan hockey here on 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor, as well as online at WCBNsports.org and on YouTube at youtube.com/WCBN Sports. And reminder, during the game, feel free to interact with us on social media. We do have a Twitter account. It's at WCBN Sports. Not too hard to remember there. We love your input throughout the game on what you're hearing. As you listen to the broadcast, of course, it'll be Alex Shee and Ian Lemmersall take back over in the second period. Right now it's Austin Falco and Ben Wester. In this first intermission, Michigan trailing the Fighting Irish 2-1. Notre Dame's first season in the Big Ten for hockey. Starting off to a pretty solid start, I'd say. I think a 10-0 start, not even having to go to overtime or shit. That's a pretty fair start, I would think.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad start for them. You got to think, even though they're a perennial powerhouse, they still had something to prove coming into the Big Ten, one of the best divisions in hockey. They really, from the beginning, just have dominated, maybe to some people's surprise, have not really held back, not really shown any mercy against some of Michigan's biggest rivals. And I think Michigan has definitely held their own here so far in the first period.
Yeah, just last time out for the Notre Dame, it was a little less than a month ago, about 3 weeks ago, as you had that break over the holiday season for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They were at Wisconsin, where they won a couple games back-to-back, 3-2 and 6-2, something Michigan failed to do when they traveled to Wisconsin earlier this season, just a couple weeks prior to that, actually. And they dropped the first game in a 7-3 fashion, and the next game only able to win in a shootout. So when you look at those common opponents like that, you can really see just how good the Fighting Irish are this season. I just mentioned that perennial powerhouse are the Irish here in their first season of the Big Ten, definitely proving why they were a good addition for the Big Ten Conference, a young conference here in college hockey.
Yeah, and I think what's separated maybe Notre Dame from Michigan so far this year is the fact that, as you said, Notre Dame has had that consistency game in and game out, whereas for Michigan, they've kind of lacked that consistency, maybe playing better on home ice than they have on the road. And for the rest of the year, maybe look for Michigan to try to find that consistency every single game, both at home and on the road, to maybe take that next step and become one of those elite teams this year.
Yeah, as you mentioned, just looking for consistency are the Wolverines. They're a fairly young team as well. You got that top line of Danks, Marody, and Calderon, a couple of seniors there, but throughout the lineup, you see a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen, notably the couple of guys that are not here right now with Lockwood and Hughes and Norris, a couple of sophomores and a freshman missing from this Wolverines team, or else we see an even younger lineup, you'd have to think. Very few upperclassmen here, so it's going to be all about learning here under Mel Pearson, the new head coach of the Wolverines.
Exactly. I think it's important to remember, too, that, of course, it's Coach Pearson's first year, so maybe there's still that element of implementing his system and his style of play with the new coaching staff. And maybe as the year goes on, we'll see that consistency come up more and more every single game as the players get more comfortable with their new coach, and also as the younger guys get more comfortable playing with each other and with the older guys, we'll see more of that unit moving forward.
Yeah, Mel Pearson, famed amongst those in the hockey community for his ability to really pay attention to the team Corsi and really try to possess the puck as much as possible. It's had Michigan to about a middle of the pack so far this season in the pairwise rankings, an improvement over last season. They were stuck down near the cellar. They currently sit at 26th, not in position to make the NCAA tournament unless they were to somehow win the Big Ten tournament at the end of the season. Meanwhile, Notre Dame on the other side, number 3 in the pairwise rankings. They sit pretty comfortably in position to go on to the postseason. But it's games like these where Michigan can really help their chances, at the very least, boost their confidence going into what's going to be a must-win situation in that Big Ten tournament at the end of the season.
Yeah, 100%. And I also think that Michigan has actually done a good job this year of taking on those bigger opponents, as we saw with Minnesota really holding their own here at Yost. And as we said, I think it's really important to, moving forward, continue to try to find that consistency on the road specifically. Michigan has lacked the ability to go into other buildings and get the important wins when they needed them to kind of build momentum. And I think that's important if Michigan wants to continue to climb the rankings moving forward.
The good news for Michigan tonight is at home here at Yost Ice Arena. They will have to travel over to South Bend for Sunday's matchup, though. That's a 3:05 start time down just south of the Michigan-Indiana border. Second of a 2-game split home and home series. The first series between these two rivals since Notre Dame has joined the Big Ten Conference, as we mentioned just a bit earlier. Once again, Notre Dame leading Michigan by a score of 2-1 through one period of action at Yost Ice Arena. You're listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan hockey here on the airwaves at 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor, as well as online at WCBNsports.org and YouTube.com/WCBN Sports. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's action. Again, encourage you to interact with us on Twitter at WCBN Sports. Love to hear from all the listeners out there, especially during the game, what your takes are, whether it's takes about whether or not you should really call the Big Ten when Notre Dame's in it, as we've already had one take already on Twitter today. Pretty much anything you want to talk to us about regarding this game, or maybe even not regarding this game, we'll respond to you on Twitter. We definitely love the interaction. We love all of our listeners out there. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Just about ready to hand it back over to Alex Shee and Ian Lemersall in just a minute here. For Ben Weschler, I am Austin Felker. Thanks for listening to the Intermission Report here on WCBN Sports. Coverage of Michigan hockey. We'll turn it back over to Ian Lemersall and Alex Shee.
All right, as we get ready to start the second period of play, Notre Dame, Michigan. We are WCBN FM 88.3 Ann Arbor. I'm Ian Lemersall, joined by Alex Shee. Obviously, a good start for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish here, up 2-1. 50 seconds left until the second period will begin. Alex, what did you think of that first period? I know we talked a lot about it. It was kind of a slow start for Michigan. They got it together and really made it a close game. What did you think?
It was a little bit shaky there for the Wolverines.
Absolutely.
As every game, it kind of starts in a couple minutes of stalemate, but they got a little bit. You can tell they have a lot of energy. They're amped up tonight. It's Red Berenson night. It's a maze out, which didn't really quite happen, but still, it was an ordered maze out. Big rivalry game against the number 2 team in the nation. They had some energy, and they didn't get a good job of channeling that energy. James Sanchez with a really poor hit at the beginning of the game, giving Notre Dame their first power play, which they converted into a goal.
Yeah, of course.
Another power play by Winborg ended up being a second Notre Dame goal. Again, they really need to control that energy, really start playing smart. It's their house. It's their night. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up. I mean, you're a good enough team. They might be number 2 in the nation, but Michigan has won some games this year. They've played with some pretty darn good teams. So just play your game, be smart about it, and don't try and be the hero. Don't try and go like a wild man and get a penalty here.
Absolutely, and Jake Evans wins the puck drop for Notre Dame. Gilbert to Wade. Notre Dame on their own territory right now. It's Cooper Marody trying to press forward, and Michigan takes it. Danks over across to number 33, Joseph Ciccone. Got a lot of minutes tonight for the Wolverines. Ciccone to Calderon, back to Ciccone. Marodi, Calderon, and Danks taking on 4 Wolverines there. Griffin loose with a shot off the back net behind the goal, way too high. Line change for both teams.
And once again, a great job by this DMC line. They're just so in tune with each other. They can always find the open man. They always know where they're going to be. And that's really important, this veteran experience against an elite team like Notre Dame to have. And
truly elite. Truly the best team Notre Dame, or pardon, Michigan has faced so far in this season. Jake Slaker, Andrew Ogilvie, and they get the drop. That is to Martin of Michigan. And Sam Piazza fires that one way too high. Dakota Raby. Raby to Brennan Warren. Warren back to Raby. Martin fires just off. Deflected off Notre Dame. And they now control the puck again. Tyson gets tangled up there with Raby. That one goes to Sam Piazza. Michigan is in control. And a penalty there.
I think it was offsides. I didn't necessarily agree with that call, but from what I've seen so far from Dakota Raby, a very inexperienced freshman, I've liked so far. He's really used his speed and seems like he can be some sort of a spark plug for this offense. He's had a couple times where he's just streaked down the ice, pressuring Notre Dame and causing them to get a little bit scared and cough up the puck.
I agree. Great speed there for Dakota Raby as Notre Dame gets that drop. Notre Dame pushing forward. Bo Brower for Notre Dame. Puck gives it up. Michigan charging down. Hit taken by Becker there. And that's Dello, number 6 for Notre Dame. He's got the puck pushing forward. They got numbers. Off the foot of the referee. They control it, but Michigan takes it. Nico Porikos up forward. Piazza. And that one's intercepted. And pardon, that was Becker, not Piazza. And pushing forward is Michigan. Porikos. They clear that one. Norella for Notre Dame with that one.
And that fourth line of Sanchez, Wimborg, and Pasiov really hasn't done enough for the Wolverines tonight. You've seen the Porikos, Pasiov, and Becker line at least pressure the opposition a little bit tonight, get some chances, skate around the ice, but that fourth line really needs to step up and give Michigan the depth it needs to get some wins.
I completely agree.
You can't do it all with one line.
No, absolutely not. Unfortunately, though, if it were up to Michigan, I think they would try and do that tonight. Because like you said, so far it's been kind of rough for the other lines. As Notre Dame controls the puck there, trying to mount some offense. They've had a tough time so far as Michigan continues to have the momentum here. That one is cleared back towards the Notre Dame side. Gross and Hellickson go and get that one, and it will be a drop over on the Michigan side.
And this fourth line stays out here on the Wolverines. It's really important to beat these teams. You got to go for deep. You can't just leave it all. Everything needs to be firing on all cylinders for the Wolverines. And you've really got to take it to the opponent here.
Absolutely. Notre Dame working the puck around the Michigan side. Evans versus Warren there. Pastuov, number 21. Hellickson with the puck. Passes that one forward. That'll be taken by Joseph Saccone. Saccone chips that one up. Almost hits the scoreboard again. And Notre Dame controls this one. Unable to really get anything going so far. That one's back to Michigan. Dexter Danks pushing forward. He's got Tony Calderon. Calderon to Marodi, but that is taken by Notre Dame. Morrison with that one. And right back to Michigan. Just pinball right here. Back and forth, back and forth. Cooper Marodi with the puck forward to Danks. Nothing there. Marodi back out to Martin. Martin to Piazza. They're working it around from the outside. And sloppy pass taken by Notre Dame. Notre Dame pushing forward. They got numbers. They got Burke. They got Ogilvie. Ogilvie will take that one behind the net on the Michigan side. But nothing for Notre Dame so far. Passes a little too far for Michigan. They cough it back up. Notre Dame back to Michigan and back to Notre Dame. My goodness. No team able to hold on to this one for more than a few seconds here. It's Cooper Marody, takes the puck, pushes it forward. We have Raby on his own. He fires it. No good. A great save by Notre Dame. My goodness. And Marody gets it back. Marody in front of the goal. He is clocked. My goodness. Intercepted by Danks, it looks like, but right back to Notre Dame. Notre Dame, number 3, Gross with the puck. And Tyson hits that one into the student section. I think they're trying to keep that puck.
And I mentioned him just a couple minutes ago, but Dakota Raby, again using the speed, had some separation. It was a 2-on-1. He did the right thing there a lot of the time. When you want to shoot it to the opposite pad of the goalie, that will give up a nice juicy rebound. However, Warren, who he was skating with, was a little bit too far in front of him, too close to the goalie to get that rebound. So it ended up just kind of going to nowhere, and there wasn't a Wolverine there to bring it home.
Juicy is the right word for that one. Pastorov, number 91, to Boca, to Porikos. Porikos to 91, that is Pastorov. Pastorov to Becker. Becker unable to handle that one, but he gets it back to Pastorov. To Boca, he fires. A long snipe there on goal as a fight breaks out after it is taken in by the goalie. Number 32, Cale Morris for Notre Dame. Little fight breaks out there, nothing too serious, no penalties here. I don't think Michigan can afford many more, strictly because they've had to play already 4 minutes of power play.
And a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Becker looking like he's going to try and add some aggressiveness to his game, trying to give the Wolverines a little spark that they need right here in the second period. Becker's now going to take the face-off. Let's see what he can do right here.
Becker, O'Leary. O'Leary wins it for Notre Dame. Pushing forward, they are. That's Brower. Brower taking it on his own. Oh, and Michigan gets it. Nick Pastorov. Becker and Porikos working down. Oh, a nice turnaround shot by Becker there, but that's deflected by Notre Dame. And Cale Morris, number 32, their goalie, who's had himself a game tonight for sure. 16 shots now for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Morris has played very well tonight. He stopped nearly everything that has come his way so far. He also hasn't really given up that many rebounds, and he's been smart in the rebounds that he has been giving up. None of them have really gone straight to any Michigan players. He's put the puck out of harm's way and has allowed for his defense to do the work, which they have so far. It's really, again, it seems like it's that one line for the Wolverines, the DMC line, that's really peppering him tonight. But Morris has handled that nearly perfect so far and has just played a really smart, clean game so far.
Absolutely. The DMC line has been kind of the source of energy, really the source of everything for the Wolverines tonight. Raby, the freshman out of California, has looked good so far. But other than those four, it's been a little bit rough for the rest of the Wolverines tonight. Particularly, I think James Sanchez has to feel bad about that big hit he put on earlier against Notre Dame. That was earlier, about, I think, 4 minutes into this game, 5 maybe. He put on that big hit, and Notre Dame scored in the power play as a result, with only 1 second left in power play. The Run DMC line is out right now with Joseph Ciccone and Griffin Luce. It is those 5. Marody will take the drop against O'Leary for Notre Dame. And the Wolverines get it. Ciccone on the outside. Ciccone to Danks. Danks tripped up, works it around to Marody. Marody is trapped, but that puck flies out of there, and Notre Dame takes it, pushing forward. Unable to really mount anything there. Their captain, Evans, has looked a little bit slow tonight so far in comparison to, the season that he's had so far. Wolverines have really done a good job shutting him down. Ciccone picks it up for Michigan. Griffin Luce attacked, and Burke for Notre Dame fires just off to the right side. Wow. Burke again with the puck. 3-on-3. Marody, Calderon come from behind. help cause a disturbance there, but Gross is able to get the puck for Notre Dame and take a shot. A nice one, but defended well, and
Michigan right now is not doing what they need to do to get some offense and win this game. Michigan's game, it's so important for them to play a clean defensive zone game. Not that it's not important for any team to do that, but Michigan really needs to get more authority in their own zone, play more organized so that they can do a good job of breaking out of that zone and entering the offensive zone with some speed, maybe get a couple odd man rushes, and that's how they're going to get their goals. That's how they're going to make big plays and allow their stars to do what they do best and score.
Absolutely, and an injury there. Jake Evans, the captain of this Notre Dame team, out of the game right now. Ogilvie for Notre Dame loses that drop, and Michigan pushes forward. That'll be icing.
And once again, I'm going to keep talking about this. What the Wolverines need to do to be successful. I haven't really seen one of those trademark Michigan big breakout passes where they get an odd man rush. That really hasn't happened this game. The only time they've scored was when Calderon just pushed it up himself. And that worked that time, but you need to see the Wolverines more dynamic in their passing and their movement around the ice.
Absolutely, as the Wolverines and number 6 Sam Piazza try to push forward here, try and get some offense going. They haven't in a few minutes, but Notre Dame and Ogilvie takes it forward. Number 13, Jake Slaker for the Wolverines, able to scoop that one up. And another little fight breaks out almost. My goodness. It's been a chippy one so far here.
And Michigan, it would be in their best interest to kind of keep your cool right now because you're down a goal, not playing as well. A lot of times your first instinct is try to get a little chippy, give your team a spark. But it's only a 1-goal game right now. Michigan just needs to let their play do the talking here and don't get carried away with any nonsense.
Absolutely, and Slaker wins that drop for Michigan. Michigan pushing forward. Raby and Warren. No. That'll be Hellickson for Notre Dame. And Michigan and number 4, Cutler Martin with the puck. Passes it forward to Slaker, number 13. Warren forward. Raby unable to handle it, and now Notre Dame and O'Leary have numbers. And Notre Dame takes it forward behind the Michigan goal, unable to do anything there. Number 27, Bobby Nardella, pushes it forward for Notre Dame. Notre Dame and O'Leary are trapped behind the Michigan goal right now. Puck is kind of trapped still, been in a little stalemate there, but Michigan comes out with it. That's number 11, Brendan Warren for Michigan. They cough it up instantly and continue this game of pinball that has been this last few minutes. Can either team finally mount some offense here? Pastuov. Michigan has numbers. Pastuov and Sanchez. Sanchez cannot hit the follow through right in front of the Notre Dame goal. Notre Dame now pushing forward. That is number 9, Dawson Cook. Another stalemate behind the Michigan goal. Now this game's just been going back and forth for the last 5 minutes here. Michigan has people going forward right now, but unable to do anything with it. That was Ciccone and loose. Winborg has it behind the Notre Dame goal. He flicks it forward. Unable to follow through is James Sanchez. He's had himself a rough night so far. And O'Leary. Brower pushing forward for Notre Dame. Notre Dame with the puck on the Michigan side right now. Ciccone, number 33 for the Wolverines. Shoots it ahead. Pastuov is there, but unable to get it. Instead, Notre Dame scoops that one up. Going forward. Nice save there by Joseph Ciccone on an attempted shot. The Wolverines push forward, but the crowd's excited about that one. Notre Dame gets the puck back again. Crawford flicks that one up, deflected, top of the net, behind the goal, and there will be a face-off.
Well, Michigan, right on the last action right there for the Wolverines, You saw Adam Winborg trying to get a little feisty with it. Tried to get a late hit, but came to his senses right at the end. Didn't really follow through. And Brendan Warren with a bit of a late hit on a Notre Dame defenseman. The referee gave him a little bit of a jawing back and forth there. Michigan needs to really keep their cool. And again, just play their game. It's a one-goal game against one of the top teams in the nation. Just keep it close for now and really just play your game. Don't do anything crazy here.
Absolutely, and fans let out a sigh of relief as that Run DMC line is back in the game here. Cooper Marody with the puck. Tony Calderon back out to Martin. Martin to Piazza. Fires off a wild pass there. Michigan recovers it. They're working the puck around, seeing if they can establish some offense here. Calderon in a tie-up there with Dennis Gilbert of Notre Dame. Wow, Dexter Danks takes a huge hit. So Notre Dame clears the puck, and Sam Piazza recovers it to Luke Martin, and the Wolverines are charging down. Dexter Danks, they have numbers. Calderon, Martin, he fires, deflected. Cooper Marody to Calderon, he had Danks, but that pass was deflected. Martin has it. Martin, his pass towards the goal, deflected. And Hellickson and Notre Dame recover it. Pushing forward, Hellickson, Gross, Olivi for the Fighting Irish, but Nicholas Boca and Michigan now coming forward. That's Warren. Warren recovers it. Deflected, but no good there, as his attempt at a pass right in front of the goal was stopped. Michigan trying to push forward. This game has just been so back and forth for these last, 8 or so minutes. I mean, really this whole period just about. It's Nicholas Boca over to Cutler Martin, but Notre Dame recovers it. Now they're looking to establish something here. Wild pass is deflected, and there's a little tie-up there behind the goal. Notre Dame attacking right now. Defense looking very good for the Wolverines right now, as there's another tie-up on the side right by the goal over there. 4 people against the glass fighting for the puck. Notre Dame gets it. Shot attempt is deflected before the puck can even really get loose there. Dello. Oh my gosh. The Wolverines have deflected that pass. Pass to out forward with Sanchez. They got numbers. His attempt is deflected. And some tripping there by number 6, Dello of the Fighting Irish. Tripped up Pastuov twice there. Very interesting, as the puck is cleared behind the Wolverines net. Poricos forward. Notre Dame playing some very solid defense. Pastuov is thrown down, and the Fighting Irish push forward. Jenkins. His shot attempt is stopped. Pastuov, number 91, pushing forward. Defended well by the Fighting Irish. Griffin Luce takes it now for the Wolverines. Forward to Pastuov, but Gilbert and the Notre Dame defense scooped that one right up. Jenkins pushing forward. He's got Crawford. They are outnumbered, as the Wolverines and Fighting Irish are tied up here against the glass. Now the Wolverines, the Fighting Irish take over, and Fighting Irish working the puck around, looking for an opening. They attempt a shot. It's no good. Oh my gosh! Michigan has the Notre Dame player in a chokehold. Oh my, he will not let go. Oh my gosh, that was Joseph Ciccone putting number 21, Joe Wegworth of Notre Dame, in a chokehold. My goodness. Anyways, wow.
The tensions are really starting to boil over here. Michigan starting to get a little bit frustrated. It's still 2-1. It's been a stalemate this second period thus far. Neither team has really had good possession of the puck. Neither team has really been able to establish any sort of rhythm on offense. It's been back and forth, back and forth. And again, if you're Michigan, I can't stress enough, keep your cool there. That is not what you want to do. Ciccone doesn't look like he's going to get a penalty here, but he very well could have. holding on to the Notre Dame defender.
And that chokehold there.
Even in this not so exciting second period, you've seen this fourth line, the Sanchez, Wimborg, Passyov line, get a couple really nice opportunities. So they're just hanging in there, and they just need to execute on these opportunities. On one of the odd man rushes that fourth line just had, that's where you want to see what Raby did a little bit earlier in the period when you shoot it off the low, far pad of the goalie. That gives up a nice rebound so that the forward that's skating up with you can get that and bang it on home easily.
Absolutely.
Passyov didn't really do that right there. He had Sanchez with him, but that's when you really see the inexperience of a young freshman like Passyov, whereas when you see the Run DMC junior and senior line out there, they convert on those opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been nice that those other Michigan lines have been able to find some success here as we are underway here. WCBN FM 88.3 Ann Arbor. That is our affiliate. That is who we are. Thank you guys for listening. Notre Dame. Burke, number 11, fires it high. And a little scrap behind the net right there. Fired high again by number 20, Wade of Notre Dame. Again, we thank you guys all for tuning in to this broadcast. It's really a pleasure as Notre Dame looks to set something up. Pushing forward is Evans, the captain, back from injury. He's back out there again. He crosses it forward, and Michigan's able to control it.
Again, that's dangerous play from the Michigan Wolverines in their own zone. They just cannot put it in the middle of the ice. They have done that far too many times this season, and that's the number one thing coach will tell you not to do, because that's when, if you give up a turnover in the middle of the ice, they're going to have it right there, and it's going to be an easy shot. Michigan has done that, again, just way too much this season. Cut down on the mistakes in your own zone. Be clean. Get it out of the zone, transition to offense. When Michigan does that well, they score goals.
Tyson, Slaker, face-off. Michigan wins it. Boca has it. Boca forward to Slaker. Slaker unable to handle it. And Raby loses that one. Olivi and Tyson for Notre Dame. But Michigan quickly gets the puck back again. That is number 4, Luke Martin. Luke Martin loses it. And Michigan able to handle that one. Hayden Levine so far had himself a pretty good night at goalkeeper, despite a slow start, obviously giving up a 2-0 lead, but that wasn't his fault. Hard to say, but Notre Dame with some beautiful, beautiful work in that first period that led to those 2 goals. But Michigan's really tightened up on defense so far in the second period as they push it forward.
I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed so far from what I've seen from Jake Slaker.
Agreed.
I know he's not playing with his usual line mates, be it Will Lockwood or Josh Norris, but he hasn't really done much tonight. I would like to see him really try and set up Dakota Raby here, who has been successful in getting some opportunities tonight. Let's see if Slaker can really step up his game and play like one of the veteran players. Again, he's only a sophomore, but he is an assistant captain on this team. One of the more exciting players to watch for Michigan, and someone with all the Team USA players out of lineup that the lower line guys, anyone not on the DMC line, really needs to lean on to help facilitate the game here.
I completely agree. I think I have been a little disappointed tonight in Jake Slaker. He's looked sloppy tonight, not handling the puck very well. But, you know, again, like you say, he's not playing with his usual line, so you got to cut him a little slack there. As him and Malmquist are in a face-off. Malmquist, the Notre Dame player there, loses it to Slaker. Saccone pushing forward for Michigan. Raby now, very fast, pushing forward for Michigan. He has that one taken from him. Notre Dame hoping to set some up here. Malmquist pushes that one forward. That'll be icing. The referee scoops that one up.
And now the fourth line again is going to come out for the Wolverines. They need to try and do something like the second line is, where even though Slaker hasn't been playing as well, they've gotten Raby some chances. He used his speed right there. The fourth line has some spark plug players. Passyov, a young freshman. Let's see how they can get him involved. That'll be interesting to see going forward.
Absolutely. Michigan takes control. Saccone forward. No follow-through opportunities there as that one is scooped right up by Cale Morris and Notre Dame in front of the goal. That looked like a potential opportunity there. Saccone fired that one forward. Sanchez, Pastuov, and Winborg were all three there, but just a beautiful, quick save, not allowing any follow-through opportunities there.
It would be so huge right now for either the third or fourth line of Michigan to get a nice, hard-working, dirty goal. To win big games, that's what you need to do, and we know the DMC line can score from anywhere on the ice. But we really need to see one of those grinded-out, rebound, traffic in front of the net goals for the fourth line of Michigan, because their skill, their speed just isn't getting it done right now.
Absolutely agree with you there, Alex. Definitely missing Will Lockwood and Josh Norris tonight are the Wolverines.
Don't forget Quinn Hughes.
Oh, Quinn Hughes, of course.
My favorite player.
Notre Dame takes possession there. Dello, number 6 for the Fighting Irish, fires that one forward, deflected. O'Leary attempts to scoop that one up for the Irish. The Wolverines now have control. That's Nicholas Boca. Boca to Saccone. Behind the midway line there, pushing forward with no success are the Wolverines. And Notre Dame scoops that one up behind the goal. And a line change here for the Wolverines.
Now there's just a couple minutes left in this second period, just under 5 minutes. It's been a stalemate so far, but the Wolverines really have to keep up the intensity, maybe even put it up a little more at the end of this period, because in some of their big games this year, the Wolverines have let up some late goals to end periods in the first and the second. That's really going to kill any momentum you have, and that's really going to put the crowd, really put them in a state of shock, and they're not going to get loud for the third period, which you need. Even right now, it's pretty silent in here, a little too silent for Yost Arena. And again, just that late goal will really break your will if you're out there on the ice fighting in a big game like this. Michigan, even if they don't score, keep up the intensity a little bit. And again, I've said it so many times, but just play your game. It's a one-goal game. You don't want to go down another going into the third. You don't want to make it a frenzy here. You want it to be controlled and just play cleaner in your own zone. They're getting a little bit sloppy, maybe a little bit frustrated, but again, clean it up. Don't get cute with it. Don't try and go all the way across the ice in your own zone. Just keep your head up, get it out of the zone, look for a good clean breakout pass, and just try and attack the offensive zone with some speed here. They have players that are capable of making a difference. Raby, who hasn't played much game, you've seen him knock on the doorstep a bunch of times tonight. You've seen Winborg and Sanchez even get there a couple times. And Poricos has been fighting pretty well tonight. Just get the puck in a position where you can make some plays and don't shoot yourself in the foot, because you can't ask for much more, only down by 1 to one of the top teams in the league.
Alex, I gotta say, I think you should probably be in the huddle repeating what you just said to the Wolverines right now. Fantastic stuff from you there. I completely agree. And I do agree with you in the sense that I am also a little bit disappointed in this crowd. It's a huge crowd. They really showed out tonight, but they've been silent despite what's been a very good hockey game so far. Michigan wins that face-off, but deflected forward to Notre Dame. And the game of pinball continues. Nicholas Boca for the Wolverines has it. Forward to Martin. And the Wolverines push that one over to the Notre Dame goal. Cutler Martin, he has the puck on the Wolverine side. His pass deflected out, and Notre Dame scoops it up. Crawford, Cook, 2-on-2. And that one is fired, missed by the goalie there for the Wolverines, but recovered by Michigan. They fire that one forward, and a line change here for each team.
And that's what you don't want to see for the Wolverines here. They were just about caught in an odd man rush. There was kind of not enough room for a good pass right there to get a Notre Dame player alone on goal. But Michigan, again, keep it smart defensively. Don't have any ridiculous pinches when you're in the offensive zone. Keep it smart. Keep the play in front of you, and get ready to attack when you can.
Absolutely agree with you there, Alex. Michigan pushing forward. A lot of sloppy passing here. as they're really unable to work it around without getting, you know, deflected by the Fighting Irish here. They push forward, but Wade, number 20, to Gilbert, number 4, for the Fighting Irish. They have it. The Irish pushing forward, 2-on-2. Pass deflected by Martin.
And Michigan's starting to look a little sluggish out there right now.
Absolutely. Some of the worst passing they've had all night right now. Luckily, Notre Dame's unable to establish any real offense right now for the Wolverines. That is lucky. Because, as you said, Alex, they do look sloppy right now. The DMC line is out there, but they're unable to get anything going. They try and push forward. Notre Dame with some great defense, like they've been playing all game. Danks has it behind the goal. Danks out. Fired, but that is deflected high. Griffin loose, recovers it. He slips, and Notre Dame takes control, gets that one back. Olivi pushing forward. Olivi to Malmquist. Malmquist flicks that one forward, but Michigan is there to recover that one. Notre Dame takes it. Ogilvy forward. Shot. And that one's scooped up by Hayden Levine and the Wolverines.
There's 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go in this period. Again, a little bit sluggish, sloppy play for the Wolverines. Don't let up right here. It's so important because Notre Dame has had a couple really nice passes. They've had some players in good positions. A team this good can strike at any time. So don't let your guard up. Play really smart and make sure you organize defensively, because if you're disorganized and you're tired, they're just going to skate it all over you.
Absolutely. And you got to be unhappy if you're Mel Pearson right now with the way this Michigan team is passing the puck around. Really sloppy so far. Really sloppy stuff. Notre Dame not looking a whole lot better, though, I got to say, as Malmquist, number 25, for Notre Dame, takes it behind the Michigan goal and fired out. Hellickson fires, deflected. Michigan unable to recontrol possession, though. Some sloppy passing, but that finds Malmquist for Notre Dame. Notre Dame pushing forward. Tyson. And no shots are able to get fired off, although Notre Dame controlled the puck right in front of the goal there. Slinker pushing forward. His shot deflects off the upper right corner, off the net. Oh my goodness. He came flying.
And both teams in the last couple seconds coming within inches of goals.
Sanchez to Winborg. Winborg flicks it too high. Oh, wow. Michigan with a sudden burst of energy from that second line.
And see what I said right there, just stay with it. Notre Dame had some great opportunities on the opposite end of the ice, but they came within inches of scoring, but just right seconds later, Michigan came storming back with some good chances of their own.
Absolutely, as Winborg and number 9, Dawson Cook, had the face-off. Notre Dame wins it. And pushing forward they are, stopped by Cutler Martin there. Notre Dame fires it back around. Dello has it. And the Wolverines playing some really nice defense here. 1 minute remaining in this second period. Notre Dame leads 2-1. Dello with the puck for Notre Dame. They're trying to get something going here on offense. And deflected. Sanchez pushing forward. Sanchez, Pastuov. And Pastuov slows that one down. Scooped up by Nandella of Notre Dame. And over to Cooper Marody. Marody looking for Calderon. Pulls it out. Fires. And that one will hit the net.
And good job by Marody and Calderon. They got on the ice a little bit late there, but a good change by the Wolverines. They were able to make a little bit of something out of nothing. But you can just see the difference when that run DMC line gets on the ice. They position so well. They move so well without the puck as a unit, so that there seems to always be a guy open. They can always keep the play alive. And some of the younger guys on the team right now are just staying a little bit still too much. They're playing a little bit scared, it almost seems like. Maybe scared is not the best word, but they need to be a little more active and moving without the puck.
Absolutely. They've had every opportunity tonight with some of Michigan's best players out. Danks fires it forward. Deflected. As Cale Morris, the goalie for Notre Dame, continues to have an amazing game so far. He's really looked great. Wade pushing forward for the Irish. And that is the end of the second period. Michigan 1, Fighting Irish 2. Notre Dame leads this one. 22 shots so far in this game for Michigan, 20 for Notre Dame, but that clearly does not tell the whole story. Notre Dame with a couple of beautiful finishes in the first period. Michigan follows up with one in that first period. And in the second period, just a lot of shots, a lot of really kind of a poor job by both teams trying to establish some offense. A lot of sloppy play there, a lot of sloppy passing on both sides. And that run DMC line for Michigan also unable to get anything going.
And Ian, that was a really quiet period.
Absolutely.
Quiet both in the sense that it was almost like a pinball game, not too many crazy opportunities as we saw in the first, but also the fans got pretty quiet. Seems almost like some of the dullness in terms of scoring is kind of getting to them, and that's something that really hurts you for Michigan because this is their home ice. They need to be taking that. They need to really be taking advantage of the crowd here, feeding off of them when they get a little tired, because that's what gets you that extra push to go the extra mile, finish up on some plays, maybe get a couple nice rushes, maybe get to the puck just in time to make a crucial block. That's what you need in the third period, especially against a team like Notre Dame. And if I'm the Michigan Wolverines, as we said many times covering their games this year, the third period has been their period. They've greatly outscored their opponents in the third. This has been their most successful by far out of all the periods they played. So they need to come out here like gangbusters. From the second that puck drops, they need to play with that enthusiasm unknown to mankind that the football team likes to talk about. They need to be on there like wild dogs here, get the crowd back into this game. And when I say that, that doesn't mean pick a fight or do something stupid. That just means get all over the ice. Be always moving, feed off of the energy of the crowd. Don't just stand still, don't play a little bit rigid. Don't play like you're protecting a lead or you don't want to give something up. You need to be aggressive out there. You need to play that Michigan brand of hockey that Coach Red Berenson brought to this program, and they've been able to use it to success over the many years. And really just get out there and skate. And games like this, when you're the underdog, you're playing a team that's better than you, you need to really take it to them. You're not really in a position to play conservative. You need to be aggressive, maybe take some chances, but be smart about it. Michigan really hasn't done that so far. That was really a rather more conservative game they're playing, and I don't really think they're a defensive team that can really play conservatively. They need to be attacking. So hopefully they can rest up in this intermission, get the crowd going early on, and feed off of that energy and really get flying out there.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more with you, Alex. And just a reminder, we are WCBN FM 88.3. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys in tonight, to be on air. We really appreciate everyone listening in. And it's been a nice night of hockey so far. Again, a close game. I'd like to see more action, as you talked about, Alex. I'd like to see more action from this crowd. The crowd has numbers, but unfortunately, there just hasn't been enough noise, I guess is the best way to put it, from the crowd. Other than, of course, the student section, they're always incredible. 12 and a half minutes left in this intermission. That looks like Red Berenson. A couple feet away from us up here in the booth. Red Berenson about, 10 feet away from us, Austin?
Yeah, just about. The namesake for the night, the namesake for the rink here at Yost Ice Arena, Red Berenson rink at Yost Ice Arena.
And just also Austin Falco joining me right now. Make sure you guys aren't too confused there.
Thank you for the kind introduction.
Yeah, of course. Alex Shee taking a little breather right now. He's been talking his ear off all game. So passionate about this team. I agree with most of what Alex had to say. I mean, it's been a really good game, but that second period was a real snoozer, and that's not what you want to see if you're Mel Pearson and this Michigan team, because the momentum was all in their favor. They were able to slow down Notre Dame's offensive attack in that second period, but unable to capitalize. Jake Slaker the player we talked about earlier in that second period, who had been really kind of having a down game so far with the best opportunity of the period. He fired one up from the top right corner of the net. Almost a goal there. About the closest thing that Michigan had to a goal in that second period. Now they have to have a big third, but the third period has been their period so far this season.
Yeah, Slaker on that opportunity just barely missed the net. Very reminiscent of earlier this season, actually, at Wisconsin when he drew iron twice in the same game. Just couldn't get it to go on a couple breakaways. So just can't quite seem to find that lucky balance, maybe. Just can't quite seem to cash in on that opportunity as Jake Slaker today. And for the Wolverines, the encouraging part for the Wolverines, as you said, a bit of a down period, a bit of a slower period. The crowd a little bit out of it, but you're only down by 1 goal to one of, if not the best team in the country right now, in the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Something that many skeptics and many fans didn't necessarily expect to happen coming into this game. Obviously, the Wolverines have been better this year on home ice than away, so we'll see what happens at Sunday's game, but you have to be very encouraged with Mel Pearson, the coaching staff. Wolverines were able to stay very defensively sound, especially in the second period where there wasn't a whole lot going on, as well as in the first. Aside from the couple power play goals that Notre Dame has gotten, they really haven't had a lot of A-plus opportunities to score around the net, which has been a problem for the Wolverines at times this season and in a couple seasons past before Mel Pearson came aboard. So definitely an encouraging sign for the Wolverines that you're able to compete with one of the best teams, one of the best offensive teams in the country in Notre Dame, and pretty much keep them at bay. We'll see if that continues for one more period here. They're going to have to if they want to pull out a victory here at Yost.
Yeah, and as Alex was talking about, and another point I think is just really important in this game so far, the fact that that run DMC line has been really the only source of energy and of offense for the Wolverines. I mean, it's not only that they've had, the only goal of the night for the Wolverines, and that they've, obviously provided for many more shots and many more opportunities than the other lines, but the run DMC line so far, that's the only line that looks energized so far either for the Wolverines. It's, you always miss guys like, Quinn Hughes, Will Lockwood, Josh Norris. It is tough having them away tonight, but that's also a great opportunity for some of the younger, less experienced players to, do something. And, it's just, if anything, you'd expect maybe that they'd have a lot of energy, but maybe not be playing their best hockey, maybe nerves or something like that. But they look rusty, and they look like they really don't have much energy, which has kind of been surprising, because you figure tonight's a great opportunity for a lot of guys like Dakota Raby, for example, the freshman who's only played in 11 games in his career. It's guys like him you'd expect to have all the energy in the world tonight, getting this opportunity against the number 2 ranked team in the nation. But it really hasn't been there so far. So,
and it's not necessarily a knock on these guys either. It's been a consistent problem throughout the entire season for Michigan, even with the presence of Slaker, even with the presence of Lockwood and Norris and Hughes. It's been a struggle aside from that first line. I just said the run DMC line of Dexter Dinks, Cooper Marody, and Tony Calderon. Aside from those three, it's been very inconsistent at bottom three lines when it comes to scoring and contributing on the offensive end of the game. I think it's just a byproduct of how young a lot of this team is.
Yeah.
That top line is a couple seniors and a junior. After that, you immediately drop down. You have Slaker, who's normally centered by Norris, and alongside Will Lockwood, a couple other sophomores, all sophomores down there. As you mentioned, a guy like Dakota Raby, guys like Jack Becker getting a chance to play here. Just freshmen. Adam Winborg, who's been consistently settling that third or fourth line, just a sophomore. The Pastyoff brothers, sophomore, freshman. It's a very young team when it comes to everything but really that first line, that run DMC line. And as is a byproduct of having a young team sometimes, just a lack of consistency. And that's what we've seen from Michigan so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Pastyoff, another freshman, getting a lot of time tonight on the ice. Jack Becker as well. Both haven't looked bad by any means, but it's like you said, energy and consistency have been a huge problem this year for the Wolverines. And, they're, again, like you said, not a knock on them, but they are continuing that trend. And that's okay, because that's been kind of the identity of this team so far this season. As we have about a little under 7 minutes remaining in this intermission, Notre Dame leads 2-1 against the Michigan Wolverines here at the Yost Ice Arena. intermission between the second and third periods. Third period will begin in about 6 minutes, 30 seconds. I am Ian Lemersall, joined by Austin Falco, and we are WCBN FM 88.3. We thank you guys all for listening. Been a really exciting hockey game so far, and a real pleasure to be a part of and to get to call, because it's games like these that we enter this third period and anything can really happen in this third period. So it's a lot of fun to be here. Atmosphere is good, but not great. I'd like to see a little more energy from the crowd, but it is a full crowd, I must say. So the student section bringing it like they always do.
I was about to say a packed house here at Yost, one of the more full ones of the season, if not the most full crowd I've seen yet this season. The Trojan Yost student section filling up not only the sections designated behind the benches and over by the goaltender, but the entire section number 14 down by the goal line, which sometimes has been a little sparse, at least this season, a bit of last season. Completely packed to the brim, standing room only here on both sides of the ice. Absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best venues in college hockey, and it's one of the best venues in college hockey for a reason. And part of that is the fans. When they show up for games like this maze out on Red Berenson night, all waving the palms, it is just an exciting atmosphere. It's so much fun to be a part of. As you said, just calling the game, and you have to imagine for the players on the ice, Mel Pearson, the coaching staff, even Notre Dame here, when the fans get up and it's going crazy and getting loud, like it was in that first period after Michigan scored the goal at the very beginning of the game. It is just something to behold. Second period, a bit of a downer on both sides, not a whole lot of action, but as you mentioned, third period, anything can happen. I expect this place to be absolutely raucous should something go in favor of Michigan here. It can't turn you loose from Trojan Yost right now. Normally gets the crowd jacked up a little bit headed into the third. I'd like to see the crowd get into it at the very beginning of the third period. Maybe instill that little jump, a little hop into the step of these Wolverine skaters, especially as we mentioned a couple times already in this intermission, those bottom three lines that could use a little bit more energy. Bring a little bit more hustle. Get the pucks in deep as they were doing the first period. Try to get something going offensively. Tie this game out, maybe take the lead.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Austin. That's the kind of game it's been so far. But, of course, either team could take it here in this third period. 2-1, Notre Dame leads. And, yeah, when I say it's a good, not great crowd, what I mean by that is it's good in the sense that this is a full crowd. I mean, they really, the Wolverine faithful really showed up tonight. Even some Notre Dame fans scattered around the crowd. But, what I mean is I do wish that this crowd could be a little bit louder. You expect for a crowd of this size to be louder and a little more energized. They've been all right, but that's also kind of a product of the play that they get on the ice. I mean, if Michigan was really taking some nice shots and was maybe winning this game, or at least tied, it'd be a little bit of a different story. But they are close, as it is, 2-1 Notre Dame. It is a close game. Michigan has had momentum for a while now, so there's a lot to like there if you're a Michigan fan. I expect them to be very active in this third period, definitely.
And the way the crowd's been kind of killed by the play style is just based on who the Michigan's playing in this game. If they're playing a team they know they can pretty much beat, you're going to see a whole lot of wide open, flying around the ice play that's going to get the crowd into it. When you're playing a team like Notre Dame, you have to be defensively sound.
Yeah.
That seems to be Michigan's number one priority in this game. Only 20 shots for Notre Dame through a couple periods here. Michigan still out shooting the Irish by a couple shots, 22-20. It's really coming down to try to limit Notre Dame's offensive chances, and if you get a chance on the offensive end just by playing sound, fundamental hockey, then cash in if you can. And so far the Wolverines only able to cash in once. That's going to be the big story of this third period, is can they cash in when those opportunities arise?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. They're going to need to capitalize on every opportunity they get. They haven't had too many thus far, but they have looked good in those chances. If you're a Michigan fan, you gotta wish that Jake Slaker shot went in that second period. About as good of a chance as Michigan has had, all period to score, and that one went just off that top right part of the post there.
And he's kicking himself about that in the intermission right now.
Absolutely.
You got to be able to move past that though. Get right back out there. Get yourself another chance like that and cash in this time.
Absolutely. He really came flying out on that chance. It was really almost out of nowhere. It was really fun to watch there. So,
And when he gets some open ice, Jake Slaker, and especially when he's playing alongside his line mate Will Lockwood, those two together are capable of just some beautiful things. The chemistry is undeniable when those two are on the ice. They always know exactly where the other one is. You have to imagine when Lockwood comes back, Slaker's going to get a nice little boost. He can keep creating chances from himself like he did in the second period there. That chance actually just came out of nowhere, used that speed. If he can do that a little bit more, it's just going to make the entire line better, going to make the entire team better. And that's exactly what you want to see out of these young guys, just progression and just continuing to contribute and make those around them that much better. Perhaps spur the Wolverines into a late season run here going into the Big Ten tournament. We're on the second half of the season now. It's pretty much all Big Ten play from here on out. And the way it's looking, Michigan's going to have to win the Big Ten tournament to make the NCAA tournament. And this, if they could pull this off, would be a nice stepping stone towards that.
Absolutely. Wolverines take the ice, 35 seconds left in this intermission, and we're going to hand you guys off in a minute here. Alex Shee taking over from me. Thank you guys very much for listening.
Alex Shee will have play-by-play here as we conclude the WCBN sports coverage of Michigan hockey here on 88.3 the WCBN FM Ann Arbor. I will turn it over now to Alex Shee and Ben Weschler making his WCBN Sports broadcasting debut. Good luck, Ben, and enjoy the third period, everybody.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's Alex Shee here. I will be doing the play-by-play for the final period. I'm joined by Ben Weschler. It's his first time on WCBN. Are you excited for this, Ben?
I'm very excited. What can you ask? You can't ask for anything more. Going to the third period down by 1 goal.
And the opening face-off for the period is complete. It is back down deep in the Notre Dame zone. Michigan possessions. Danks looks for Marody. He finds him. He swings around. It is Gilbert on him, but Marody keeps on the puck. It's poked away, and now Notre Dame has it. It is Burke for Notre Dame across the ice for Wade, who sends it into the Michigan zone. That might have hit the netting, and it is out of play. There will be a whistle, and it'll go back out to the neutral zone for a face-off. Ben, what do the Wolverines need to do here in this third period to be successful?
Yeah, well, look for Michigan to come out flying, similarly to the way they did after the first and second periods. You know, the first few shifts really set the tone for the rest of the period and make Notre Dame play deep in their own end. I think that's important moving forward here in the third.
And the face-off is dropped, one back by Notre Dame, and they have the puck. They send it in on net to Levine. He covers up, and it will be a face-off in the Michigan zone. It is 2-1 Notre Dame. Just a couple seconds have gone by in this period. There is 19:24 left on the clock. It'll be Ogilvie versus Slaker for the draw. And they did not drop the puck yet. Once again, Ogilvie and Slaker. It goes sideways, and Notre Dame comes up with it. A shot by Ogilvie, and there's traffic in front of Levine, who has the puck. Michigan comes up with it. Slaker tries to get it out of the zone, but it only goes right to Jordan Gross, the defenseman. Gross tries to get a shot blocked by Warren. Goes right to Malmquist, whose shot went wide of the net. Piazza has it, looks for Warren, and it is out of the zone. Notre Dame gets right back on the puck, however. And they'll pass it around, only to be stolen by Jake Slaker now, who gains the zone, sends it deep. There are no Michigan players behind the net. Michigan gets a change. And now it's Gross for Notre Dame skating up the ice. Gross, center ice, dumps it into the zone. It's a race to the puck, but Boca gets there for Michigan, slaps it forward to Pasyov. That is Michael Pasyov, and he looks across ice to Cutler Martin, who sends it into the Notre Dame zone. Played by Morris. Looks to the corner, and Boca comes up with it for Michigan. He came all the way down, and now it's Michigan's puck behind the net. Back up to Martin, and now it's Wimborg behind the Notre Dame net. Puts it in front. No Michigan player was there to get the rebound. And now there is a whistle. A little bit of a feistiness going on, some shoving between James Sanchez and Nardella of the Irish. What are you seeing here, Ben?
Yeah, great defense by Michigan there. I'm sure Coach Pearson is very happy. The puck is loose in front of the net. You love to see the forward jumping in and helping in the scramble. Make sure the puck gets out of harm's way towards the boards.
And 18:04 left on the clock. Michigan looking to get something going here in this third period. 2-1 Notre Dame. The Wolverines need 1 goal to equalize. It's Marody for the faceoff. He can't win it as the Irish maintain possession of the puck. Gross looked for Morrison, but he fell. Michigan tries to get the puck in the middle of the ice. They can't, and now Notre Dame breaks out. It's Cam Morrison for the Fighting Irish, but he is met by Luce, who steals the puck and tries to get it away. It's still in the Michigan zone, however. It's Wade now for the Irish. He is met by Danks, and Luce has it back now for the Wolverines. Luce, who is being pressured by Morrison, gets it off to Ciccone, who finds an open man, and now Michigan is broken out of the zone. Danks dumps it, and Michigan will look for a change, their defenseman change. And now it's Michigan in their offensive zone, looking to get something going. Is Calderon. He cannot, and Notre Dame steals the puck. It's Jake Evans, the Notre Dame captain, with it now. He's being aggressively pursued by Cooper Marody. As Michigan tries to get a turnover, they do. It's Calderon with the puck. He stole it. Calderon looks for an open man. He draws some defenders to him, looks for Poricos. There's some pushing and shoving, but the play is whistled dead. Is this going to be a penalty call?
I believe it will be. Quite unfortunate break. Oh, maybe not.
I think they were just the refs were just talking down some of the Michigan players a little bit. It's getting a little bit feisty here. There is some pushing and shoving. The refs want to make sure they maintain control of this game in the third period. Don't want it to get out of hand.
Yeah, we've seen from the beginning Michigan playing very aggressive on the puck, and hopefully that keeps going.
And Notre Dame won the faceoff back. It's Ogilvie going in the zone, finds Malmquist, puts it too far ahead for Ogilvie, and Michigan has the puck. It's Dakota Raby. He looks to bring it up. He brings it up on the right side of the ice, gets in the zone, looks for Slaker, can't find him. Notre Dame puck. Notre Dame sends it forward to Malmquist in the Michigan zone. He gets there first, but Piazza pushes him off. Luke Martin passes it up to Warren, and he gets it out of the zone. No icing call, a change for the Wolverines as Notre Dame looks to play it. It's Gross, passes all the way across the ice to Malmquist, who sends it in the Michigan zone. Now the Irish get a change of their own. It's Pasiov for Michigan, who takes it into the zone. He's in the corner now, but Gross just pokes it out a little bit and gets it to a Notre Dame player. However, Becker comes in from the bench to steal the puck for the Wolverines. He's in a scrum, gets it to Pasiov. Pasiov's behind the net, gets it to Becker. Oh, put it right in front of the net. And Poricos cannot finish. Michigan cannot maintain possession of the puck, and they could not get that opportunity to fall in their favor. It's Notre Dame with it now, trying to break it out of the zone. Puck set all the way down behind the Michigan goaltender. It is an icing against the Irish.
Yeah, you almost feel this game has kind of a playoff atmosphere. No team wants to make the mistake in this close game. Everyone's making the safe plays, getting the puck out of the zone as quickly as possible and out of harm's way.
Yeah, the Wolverines really have cleaned up their game so far in these 5 short minutes of the third period. However, they do need that one thing to really get the crowd back in it. Ben, do you think they should continue what they're doing right now?
Yeah, as I said, keep getting pucks deep and throwing everything to the net, and hopefully they'll get another goal similar to the way the first one went in by Calderon.
And it's Wimborg for the faceoff against O'Leary for the Irish. Pretty easy to tell that O'Leary is the Fighting Irish player, as it's won back by Michigan. Joe Ciccone has it. A shot did not get through to the net, and now Notre Dame looks to get it out of the zone. They can't, and it's Pasiov. A shot off the far pad. The right pad of Morris goes for a wide rebound, and Michigan gets it, but they lose control, and they'll have to regroup outside of the zone. Ciccone sends it into the zone, but not everyone was out. It is an offsides.
Good pressure by Michigan there. Again, getting everything to the net. You see clearly that Michigan is looking to get every puck to the net, trying to test the goalie as much as possible, and hoping that they could get a break here.
And the puck is in the neutral zone. It'll be Wimborg again, wins it back for the Wolverines. Ciccone sends it into the Notre Dame zone. That was Dello who lifted it back out for the Irish, but the Wolverines get possession. Sanchez looks to get it in the zone. He does. Pasyov chases the puck. Sanchez gets it right in front of the net, could not get a shot off. A good recovery by Dello of the Fighting Irish. And now they will chase the puck into the Michigan zone. Played by Levine, finds Ciccone. Ciccone up to Pasyov, and Michigan's out of the zone. Up to the middle of the ice is Danks, who now has it, dumps off to Maroney. Maroney, a shot deflected high into the stands. Stoppage of play. Is 14:27 to go in this third period at Yost Arena. Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1. It'll be a little break in the action here. And Michigan needs one more goal to tie this game, maybe send it to overtime. But this is a Big Ten game, so it will go to shootout.
I really feel like Michigan's giving all they got right here. They know that if Notre Dame finds the back of the net, this game is as good as over. So really trying to control the play, keep the puck in the Notre Dame zone, and I think they've done that pretty well so far in the first 5 minutes of the period here.
And the Run DMC line out there for the Wolverines, Marody, Danks, and Calderon. Ben, just how good has this line been all season, and what have they done tonight?
They've really been amazing all season, dominating the play, cycling the puck well, getting it behind the net. It's really been that's been Michigan's biggest issue so far this year, is the drop off from the first line to the rest of the team. Hopefully the other lines continue to generate as they have been doing so far in this game to try to get that equalizer here. It seems like the more pressure they get, the more likely they will be to score. So as long as they keep the puck in the zone, their chances of scoring seem to be pretty good moving forward here.
And now it is Marody against Jake Evans of the Irish for the draw. Michigan has really controlled the face-offs this game, winning almost twice the amount that Notre Dame has, but that has not amounted to much puck possession or too many good offensive zone chances. And it's going to be a false start against Marody. Calderon called in for the face-off. Captain against captain, and it is won by Evans back to Gilbert. And he sends it down. Piazza was able to stretch and keep it in for the Wolverines as Calderon who controls the puck. Calderon looks for Danks. A nice play, a little tic-tac-toe, but Marody could not hold on to the puck. Two defenders were on him, and it's Wade battling with Marody, and Danks got it. Danks came in there and took the puck. Michigan just could not keep it in the zone on the pass to Martin, and it comes out of the zone for a face-off.
It really is amazing just how dominant this line has been throughout the game and throughout the season. It seems as though every time they have the puck stays behind the net, cycling the puck, and really they've been on the offensive throughout the whole season and in this game.
Ben, we don't have stats exactly of time of possession in this game, but you've got to believe that out of any line on the ice tonight, this Run DMC line has held the puck the most. And the face-off is won by Notre Dame. They try to send it into the Michigan zone, but Piazza gets a piece of it, and he has the puck now. Gets it to Martin. Martin off the boards for Raby, and it's out of the zone, but right into the hands of Gross for Notre Dame. Try to be pickpocketed by Warren, but Warren can't get to it. A man steps in, that's Jake Slaker, and now Michigan tries to get the puck. He does. He skates around the net, and Slaker looks up from Cutler Martin. Martin shoots it. It is wide right to a Notre Dame defenseman, but Boca comes all the way down from the blue line to try and get the puck. He was in the middle of the scrum, but Notre Dame came out with it. It's now Hellickson who sends it deep into the Michigan zone. Enough to be played by Levine. He sends it right to the corner, and it is Wolverines. The Wolverines get the puck. Slaker sends it down. He tries to chase while the rest of the Wolverines get a change. Porikos comes out onto the ice for Michigan as Notre Dame is patient. A long pass for Jenkins, who could not hold on to it, and Michigan sent it right back into the Notre Dame zone. Pastujov chases the puck. And Michigan can't quite get to it in the zone. However, it is out of the zone. Michigan has possession. They send it right on net, but Morris caught a little bit off guard, still made the save. He passes it right out as Notre Dame tries to get out of the zone. Michigan forechecking right now. Pastujov, Porikos, and Becker are on the ice. And Morris holds the puck, stoppage of play.
Not bad shifts there by the second and third line for Michigan. As we said, if Michigan wants to have a chance of winning this game, they'll need to produce from their all four lines. And the second and third line there, cycling the puck, shooting pucks, getting everything low. Good job by the second and third line there.
And now that first run DMC line comes right back out on the ice. Hopefully Pearson can use the late change to his advantage here. They will be going against the top line of the Irish. It is Evans for Notre Dame. He sends it deep, but Ciccone gets there first. He tries to use his body to shield the puck. He cannot control it, however, and it's Evans who passes it back to Wade. Wade tries to get a shot off. It was deflected into the netting. There will be another face-off, O-zone face-off for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
It's a big face-off here for Michigan. Try to get control here in the third period. You don't want Notre Dame to start cycling the puck and having possession in their in Michigan zone. Big face-off here. And
Michigan has won face-offs tonight 31 times compared to just 20 for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Another important one coming up. Wimborg does just enough so that the Wolverines can get a playoff, and they get possession of the puck. It's deep in the Michigan zone. Levine is going to play it out to Martin. Luke Martin patiently waits for the Wolverines, looking for a man. He's going to skate it out of the zone himself, being followed by Morrison. The Wolverines get in the zone. Pastujov, a quick one-timer pass to the middle, but he could not find his man. Notre Dame comes up with it. It is Nardella looking to get it out for Evans. He can't get it out. Kept in by the Wolverines. That was Wimborg. Luke Martin slashing at the puck. He gets it. Tries to put it in the middle for Pastujov. Can't get him. Pastujov can't get a shot off. And now Morrison brings it out of the zone for the Irish. And it is dumped into the Michigan zone. Notre Dame gets a change. Martin with the puck for Michigan. Martin puts it in the Notre Dame zone. Michigan chases. Pastujov cannot get there. That is Nick Pastujov. And now it is Wegworth for Notre Dame who sends it into the Michigan zone. A little bit of back and forth here between the teams, as Notre Dame and Michigan fighting for it in the Michigan defensive zone. However, Nick Pastujov gets it out and skates it all the way down, only to be poked away by Gross of the Irish. Pastujov got it back, however, and Michigan regroups, sends it into the zone, and both teams get a change. It's Boca now for the Wolverines after the Irish sent it all the way down to the Michigan zone. And now Becker finds Marodi, dances a little bit in the middle, but cannot hold the puck. It's Ogilvie for Notre Dame. Ogilvie passes back the puck, skipped over the stick of Gilbert, and now Warren is right on him, trying to steal the puck. Warren evades him. Warren passes it up, but Malmquist could not hold on. Luce has it now for Michigan. Gets it back to Warren, who flips it up for Raby, and they cannot get it in the zone. However, Michigan still has the puck. It's Slaker who passes it back to Luce. Looks for Warren, gave it up. Not a great pass there, as Ogilvie is in the zone for the Irish. Passes it, a save on Tyson. And now Tyson battles for it, cannot get it. Slaker finds Luce, and Michigan needs to get it out of the zone here. They do. It was Raby who came in to save the day, get the puck out of danger. But Notre Dame just sends it right back in and gets a change. Sanchez got the puck from Michigan at center ice and sends it into the Notre Dame zone. He'll chase, but Notre Dame has possession. It's Cook up the middle. Cook, a shot that was deflected a little by Piazza, right into the glove of Levine, and saved by Michigan. Puck stopped, and it'll be a stoppage of play.
Through 10 minutes of this period, Michigan has been able to control the play. However, they haven't had very many scoring chances, as has been the story of the game. However, you see players like Calderon, the captain on the bench, banging his stick on the boards, urging his team to keep playing, to keep fighting, and to hopefully get one by the goaltender here of Notre Dame and tie this one up.
Well, so far this period, Michigan has really dominated the game flow. They've done much better in terms of holding on to the puck, getting some good possessions in the offensive zone, and of course they've continued to win face-offs, but it's just not translating in any points.
Yeah, a lot of the play has been to the outside around the board, cycling the puck down low. However, they haven't really gotten the puck into the slot to get high-quality chances and shots. So look for Michigan to try to do that a little bit more here in the final 9 minutes to try to get a goal.
So who do you think the Wolverines are going to try and drop a play for here?
You got to believe it's the first line, specifically Calderon. He's the hot hand. He's the guy who's been scoring the important goals in the important games. So hopefully he's the one who could really break through here for Michigan.
On the ice for Michigan is their fourth line, centered by Adam Winborg. He will take the draw against O'Leary of the Fighting Irish. Once again, it is 2-1 Notre Dame. There is 9:07 to go in this game. Michigan leads the shots 30-26. But they have been unable to get the equalizing goal thus far. Notre Dame has led since halfway through since early in the first period. And the puck is now in the Michigan zone, off defensive zone, won by Notre Dame. Nardella can't get much of a shot off. The puck goes wide of the net. There's a scrum for the puck, and Michigan comes out with it. Michael Pastujov can't get rid of it. Nardella sends it back deep in the zone. There's a scrum in the middle once again for the puck. Piazza trying to get it out, but it's Cook who comes up with it for Notre Dame. Cook can't quite get it back to Nardella, but O'Leary helps him do it. Nardella across to Dello, back down low. O'Leary battling for the puck against Sam Piazza. They're holding on to each other a little bit, and the fight for the puck continues, and Sam Piazza came out of it. Finds Pastujov, who sends it all the way down. It just trickles out of the zone. The Wolverines are able to get a much-needed change as the Irish still possess. A long pass to Evans. He barely got a shot off. Good thing. And Michigan now has the puck. Marody takes it all the way down into the offensive zone. He sends it into the corner, looking for Dinks. Finds him, and Calderon has it now. Calderon in a battle for the puck. Notre Dame comes out. They send it behind their own goalie. Now it's Boca who pinches all the way down from the point for Michigan. Can't come up with the puck. And now Notre Dame gets it out of the zone. It's a one-on-one. Boca, he stole the puck away from Burke. Great defensive play by Nick Boca. And now Michigan is on the rush themselves. Calderon, back to Boca. Back to Calderon. He couldn't handle it. And now it's Danks looking for the puck in the corner. Marody helps him out, but Notre Dame stole the puck again. It is Marody looking to get the puck against Wade of the Fighting Irish, but Wade outskates him and finds his man. A turnover by Notre Dame, but Marody now has it in the zone. Looks for Calderon. He dances around the player, but can't get it to the middle of the ice. It's right in front of the goalie, and it's swept aside by a Notre Dame defender. However, Dinks gets it. He passes up to Luce. A shot was wide by Calderon, and the puck leaves the zone. Michigan is going to have to regroup. Gilbert for Notre Dame tries to make a long outlet pass. He does to Ogilvie, who sends it into the Michigan zone. Tyson can't get the puck. It's Ciccone for the Wolverines. Ciccone finds Becker, and he dumps it off the boards. Warren chases. Warren cannot get there, so now the Irish possess the puck. Is Malmquist skating it back into the Michigan zone. He sends it deep looking for Tyson, but Luce gets there just in the nick of time, and he passes up to Warren, and now Michigan's on the rush. Jake Slaker gets the puck, puts it into the zone. He is chasing and leaves it for Raby, who gets the puck behind the net but can't handle it. Now Notre Dame outlets the puck out. It's Malmquist yet again. Malmquist looked for Gross. He probably thought he'd streak to the net, but he did not. The Irish get a change, and it's Sam Piazza for Michigan. Piazza across mid-ice, tries to send it deep in the zone, but is deflected by a Notre Dame player. And they have it in front of their own net, trying to work it out. They do, but it goes right back to Luke Markin of Michigan. Martin passes it across to Sanchez, gives it back to Martin. Across, long pass for Winborg. He couldn't quite handle it. That plays right into the hands of Nardella. and the Irish look to break it out. O'Leary to Cook, sends it in right to Luke Martin. Wimborg deflected it into the zone. Michigan is able to complete their change. It's Nardella for the Irish. Tries to clear it out, but Boca made a good pinch to keep the puck. He has it. It's sent behind the net now to Wimborg. Pasyov tried to get it, but it was a good save through traffic by Morris.
Yeah, so now that there's 5 minutes left in the game, look for the Michigan defense to maybe be a little more aggressive than usual, maybe jumping into the play and pinching down 1 goal. You know, this is the time where they really miss Quinn Hughes, who gave that little offensive touch. Unfortunately, he's not here, but look for the Michigan defense to play a little more aggressive here, try to get that goal.
Well, Ben, the Wolverines might be playing a little tired defensively, but they're not getting the opportunities they need so far. Only 5 minutes left, still down by 1. And there's not much energy in this arena.
Yeah, the crowd needs to be into it here for Michigan to help them try to get a goal here.
And once again, for the Wolverines, they sent out their DMC line. It'll be Danks looking to take the face-off against Evans of Notre Dame. Some of the 2 best lines in hockey going at it here late in the 3rd quarter at Yost. It's Evans who comes up with the win. Gilbert sends it around, and Notre Dame clears. But not enough men were up front for Notre Dame, and Michigan gets it right back. It's Boca skating it up for the Wolverines. Boca over to Danks, and they gain the zone. Danks finds Calderon on the side. A big rebound left by Morris to the middle of the ice, but no one was there to corral it for Michigan. They still have the puck, however. Calderon, another shot saved by Morris. Wolverines couldn't get the rebound, and now it's Burke off to the races. Burke, good final effort by Cutler Martin to poke the puck away, and now it's Calderon who skates for it. A little bit of excitement from the crowd. Maybe this game might open up as Notre Dame steals it right back, sends it into the zone, but it is offside.
Yeah, again, good pressure by the first line, getting into the dirty areas, getting some good chances. Look for the rest of the team to do that here. With 4 minutes left, you got to think that first line will get 1 or 2 more shifts, so it really is up to the other guys to step it up and try to get that equalizer.
So this is the final TV official find out of the period. What are you telling your guys right now, Ben? If you are Coach Pearson, it looks like they're drawing something big. What are you doing? What are you telling them?
If I'm coach here, I'm telling the team to cycle the puck, and again, for the defenseman to get involved offensively. When usually you have one defenseman drop back to try to get back on defense, maybe here you let him stay up in the rush in order to keep that sustained pressure once the puck gets into the zone. Again, faceoffs are big here down the stretch. You want that possession all the time because you know Notre Dame is going to try to control the puck and really take that last 4 minutes into their own hands.
And there is just 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in this hockey game. Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1, and once again you are listening on 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor. We are in Yost Arena, the hockey home of the Michigan Wolverines, and we're locked in a close one here. Michigan needing to show a little bit more life. The band trying to get the fans back into it with a rendition of The Victors. And now it's Slaker versus Ogilvie for this neutral zone face-off.
Another big face-off here. Hopefully Michigan can get control of the puck and get it deep into the zone.
And it's going to be Malmquist working hard for the puck, but the Wolverines got there first. Piazza cross ice to Raby. He sends it into the zone. And not much pressure by the Wolverines as they're allowing the Irish to slowly but surely get it out. It's now Ogilvie for the Irish. Skated across the ice through the Michigan defense, but a shot was too high. He gets his own rebound and now sends it up to Hellickson. Hellickson to Gross. A shot from the point. Deflected up and out of play by Levine. And besides those first couple goals, Levine has played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, he's looked sharp and solid, controlling the puck, controlling the rebounds on that last play too, deflecting the puck out of play and out of harm's way.
I mean, that first goal, you'll have to look at the highlights tomorrow. There's not much you can do about such an amazing pass and great playing from the Irish. But other than that first goal and then the amazing second goal, I mean, I've been impressed by Levine tonight. The Wolverines will try and lean on him in these final couple of minutes to not give up any opportunities to the Irish. A defensive zone face-off for the Wolverines. It'll be Nick Pasyov against O'Leary of the Irish. Passioff wins it back. Luke Martin gets it across to Becker, and Michigan's out of the zone. Becker sends it in, and the Wolverines chase. It's Porikos. Tries to get to the puck. He does. Looks back for Passioff. He cannot get to it, and now the Irish possess the puck. But they give it up. They pass to the middle, but there was a Notre Dame player there to get it out of the zone. Cook chases for the Irish. It's Martin for Michigan. Martin's pass was deflected by Cook. Out of play again, and this face-off will go to the neutral zone.
Yeah, it's important for Michigan to keep up the forecheck and really try to create a turnover, as was just created right there. Any puck that gets thrown into the center of the ice, try to grab control and throw it towards the net.
And it was that third line for Michigan with the forecheck right there. Michigan going to try and use its speed to get something quickly here. Marody wins the face-off to himself. Now goes into the zone. He stops a little bit of hesitation. Tries to backhand it across the ice, which was unsuccessful. Met by a Notre Dame player. However, Boca intercepts the clearance pass. Goes in, and a shot saved by Morris. Right to a Notre Dame defender. Notre Dame, it's for another long pass. Gets it to Evans. Evans, a 2-on-1. Evans can't get it across. Colin Martin sliding, does just enough to stop it. And now Michigan looks to push the puck up. Calderon going forward in the corner. He gets there first. Calderon across the net. Calderon looks up for a pass. It was intercepted by Notre Dame. That was Gilbert, and sends it back. Michigan will have to try again. Martin passes it all the way up. He finds Wimborg, but there were two defenders right on him. He gives it right back to Notre Dame. Notre Dame, a pass stolen by Sanchez. Sanchez, a shot, I believe that was tipped, went out of play, and just 2 minutes and 17 seconds remain for the Wolverines.
Yeah, with just over 2 minutes left, start looking at the goalie, Levine here, see if he's going to be pulled in order to bring in the sixth player, try to create a little more pressure with an extra man.
And Boca a little bit frustrated on the bench. He had a nice rush up the ice, a nice shot that just missed. A good save by Morris. Didn't want to get sniped by a defenseman right there as Michigan wins the face-off back. Passioff pass, easy glove save by Morris. And he has 33 tonight. A really good game for Morris. 33 saves. That is a save percentage of 97 for the Irish goaltender. He's played great tonight.
Yeah, a lot of thrown pucks to the net. He's done his job.
It'll be Ogilvie versus Wimborg for the face-off. Wimborg wins it back. Loose, tries to find Michael Passioff. He can, and it's put behind the net by the Wolverines. They battle for it. Notre Dame comes up with it. It's Gross. Gross skating up the ice. Dinks it out there, looking for Ogilvie, but he cannot get to it. It's Luke Martin with the puck. He skates around Levine, tries to evade the attacker Malmquist, who does not get to him, and now it's Loose, patiently waiting behind his own net for a play to develop. Passes it up. Wimborg has it. Sanchez tries to send it in to the zone. He missed the puck, and now Notre Dame has it once more. Notre Dame, Gilbert sends it all the way down. Can't find the intended man, Evans, and now Piazza has it for Michigan. It's Danks, tries to weave his way up the ice, stopped in his tracks by Burke, so he passes it back to Ciccone. Ciccone off to Piazza. Looks for Danks again. Missed the puck, tried to deflect it into the zone, but was unsuccessful. It's Notre Dame with it. Notre Dame. Gilbert sends it all the way down for an icing. And now Michigan will have an offensive zone face-off with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. Notre Dame leads them 2-1. They need something now.
Yeah, and here goes the goalie to the bench in order for the sixth man to come on here. Michigan now has one extra player for the rest of the game.
And now the crowd starts to come alive a little bit, seeing that this extra attacker is on. It's all or nothing here for the Wolverines. The victors plays from the band. Let's hope that Michigan can actually become the victors tonight. However, they will need a goal in 1 minute if they want to do so. A timeout is called by Michigan, and Pearson's drawing up a play.
Yeah, it's very important to win the face-off once again here. You really want to throw everything you have right here in the final minute. And it's important, if the puck does end up out of the zone, to get out of the zone quickly and regroup in order to avoid the offside here.
And the lights turn off here at Yost Arena It's going to be a motivational video. No, it's not. They just turn the lights off for a second and turn them back on. That was kind of strange.
Maybe try to generate a little excitement in the crowd, try to get the crowd going here in the final minute.
Maybe. But Michigan needs some sort of spark here. 1 minute to go against number 2 team in the country, Notre Dame. It's 2-1. A minute and 4 seconds to go. It's been a pretty back and forth game. Not too eventful. But they've held their own in this game against the Irish.
You definitely got to think Michigan has held their own against arguably the best team in the country. You got to love Eminem playing here in the final stretch, try to get this crowd going, try to get this team one more goal.
And finally, for the first time since the Calderon goal in the first, the crowd is getting alive at Yost Arena. 1 more minute to go. Michigan needs a goal to tie this game and send it to overtime. It's Slaker on the ice for Michigan. He's with Marodi, Calderon, Piazza, and Ciccone. Along with Dinks, they have 4 forwards on the ice, 6 total attackers. Can they win the face-off? Yes, it's Slaker who gets it back to Piazza, sends it deep down in the zone, looking for Dinks. Dinks corrals it. Dinks, patient with the puck, finds Marodi, but a great recovery by Ogilvy to just put the puck just far enough away out of the reach of Calderon. Marodi with it, finds Calderon in the middle. Calderon, well defended by Wade. Puck is behind the net. Slaker can't handle it, but Ciccone gets the puck for Michigan. Back to Slaker behind the net. Slaker finds Marodi at the hash mark. Back to Slaker. Slaker to Marodi. Marodi at the point for Piazza. A pass to Ciccone. Back to Piazza. There's a man on him. They need to do something quickly. Marodi has the puck at the hash mark. Slaker back to Piazza. There's 18 seconds left. A shot wide of the net. Slaker has it. Moves around the net. Finds Calderon in the middle. A shot! Oh, it went off a skate of Dinks. He could not get it to go. Another shot just wide by Piazza. Ciccone looks, sits it in front of the net. No one's there. Held down by Morris. And there's 0.1 second left. But Notre Dame is going to come away with the victory.
Great chances by Michigan there down the stretch, doing everything they could to throw the puck at the net. Just unfortunate. It took a bounce off a skate there and out of harm's way.
And the Wolverine came within a foot of tying this game with less than 10 seconds left. Oh, you've got to feel for them there. A great little flurry. They did a good job patiently waiting for their chances, but unable to go in the end. Now there will be one more face-off because there is 0.1 second on a clock. I'm a little bit frustrated right now, as is the crowd, but quite a few Notre Dame fans. They give up a little cheer, but Michigan loses to Notre Dame. Final score, Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1, here from Yost Arena in Ann Arbor. The number 2 ranked team in the country prevails on Red Berenson night here at Yost. And we thank you very much for listening to us here on 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor. We really appreciate all of our listeners tonight, making this a special experience for everyone here. Ben, what are your final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, definitely. You got to think Michigan held their own down the stretch, and hopefully they could go in on Sunday and get the win.
And once again, we thank you. That concludes our coverage. Once again, you were listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan hockey. Notre Dame wins it 2-1. Have a good night, Ann Arbor.